Hey y'all, I have made a lot of content over the past 3 years, and there is plenty to be proud of, and even more to be hateful over. I spent a day watching through all my videos, which totals over 6 hours of footage, which I had so many thoughts and feelings on, it took me twice as much time to get through it. There was a lot of cringe, a lot of editing mistakes, a lot of laziness, but there were also some nuggets of gold. So, if you want to watch along, all the videos are individually timestamped, so you can go watch the video and then tune in to hear my most insightful commentary on it, while you play League of Legends or something. This video is probably the closest thing I'll get to making a podcast. But, if you don't want to do homework, you can watch through all my unedited reactions in the video that I have linked below. So yeah, enjoy, or feel any other emotion, I guess. But yeah, welcome in, people. How's it going? What we're doing today is, I have made a lot of content over the years. If I look at my videos, I have edited a bunch of stuff. I primarily did runs. I primarily was a speedrunner. I always say this, I'm a streamer first, YouTuber second, and my other job nobody cares about. Some of these are just PBs and speedruns, but a lot of them are edited stuff. Every single edited video we are going to watch this stream, and I will give live insight on what I was thinking when I was editing, what was fun, or perhaps also how much cringe I was at my earlier content. And let's get into it. We're gonna be here for about 6 hours if I don't pause. And I'm definitely going to pause because there will be stuff to talk about. But here, so this video that we're looking into, hardest Doom Eternal mod of all time. And honestly, what I do, what's my inspiration for everything when I do stuff, is I take an idea I see online. I take a successful title that I see like, oh, hey, I watched this person, this title worked for them, and they got like 800,000 views. I'm gonna do a variation of it, but, you know, use it with Doom Eternal, and then put my own stuff, all that jazz. Subscribe to a lot of other YouTube channels. One of my big inspirations for how I make content comes from this creator called... Actually, wait, I can just show you. It's this guy called Little Aggie. He is a Sekiro / Dark Souls speedrunner, and he also does, like, other Resident Evil stuff. Here, where's the video I'm thinking about? Yeah, like this one. Hardest Sekiro mod of all time. Right here. And so, like, basically I just saw that. I was like, oh, he did that. I watched that video. That was a good video. He makes good content. So I'm just like, I'm gonna take that and do it for myself. Let's go back. What exactly they changed in each encounter? What new... All right, people. You see this background in the left? You see all that? Literally, when I was gathering footage for this video, I was no-clipping to try to get to some counters so I can show stuff, and it ended up being a massive headache and all that jazz. Literally, on a building in Final Sin, just on the top, is a full house made in Minecraft. Look at it. Cobblestone, wood, stone, glass. All of it was just up there. I wanted to include it somewhere in the video. I wanted to, but I couldn't because it just never slotted in anywhere. So I was just like, hey, I have this section where I talk about memes and all that jazz. Why not just put a clip of it here, just like random Minecraft house? Loading into Hell on Earth, I realized immediately that all unskippable cutscenes have been skipped. Also, you might be able to tell by the background music in a lot of these tracks, I'm very heavily inspired to put music into my videos of games that I played recently. And I started editing this right after I finished Serious Sam 4. So this is the village fight in the background. And the village fight does freaking slap. That is a good OST. I give that. While is that the mod starts you... Okay, I feel like it. I know I just started for like 5 seconds and I paused again. That's gonna be the whole stream, people. You know what you're in for. You might notice the quality looks a little bad for this. Like, look at how blurry... Okay, what's my quality at? I'm at 1080. I'm a little blurry there. All that explosions. Out with your full equipment. Dash power up, blood punch, and the hammer. Do you know why it's so blurry? It's because during this stream, I actually had an encoding error on my OBS. All my footage that I recorded, it was scrapped. It was bad. It lagged so hard every couple of seconds that it was unwatchable. So what I had to do here is I literally had to download the Twitch VOD and use it for this part of the video, which sucks because it's a little bit lower quality, but I tried to work with what I had. So it's nor like the whole point of this video is me going through my first reaction and playthrough of it. So I can't like recreate that. It's impossible to. I worked with what I got. One thing I guess to notice, is when I crash constantly in like the first act of this game. I installed the mod wrong. That's why I crash so often. I literally did the install wrong. I didn't figure it out till the second stream. So all the crashes that I quit here, like, it properly installed. I probably should have included that in the video, but I don't know. I felt like it was just irrelevant information. I felt like I could just get to something else that was more entertaining. We no longer have to learn about upgrade. Okay. I said I would stop pausing and I keep doing it. I don't apologize at all. Okay, this single screen right here that you swipe when you're breaks the whole Entomb Eternal lore. This is Sentinel Prime, the Sentinel homeworld. There's Exultia here, there's Taurus, and it's called Sentinel Prime. A big crux of the game is that we need to go to the center of Mars in order to get to Sentinel Prime. But we have been there at 2 other points in the campaign. Exultia is literally the second mission. We could just teleport there. Why do we have to go to a special portal? It's the same planet. You can walk in lava now? Oh, I just noticed. It's Mayhem's. The 4 is the 4. It's a 4 in their name. I put an A on the video. This video is literally unwatchable now. It's literally unwatchable. I'm so sorry, Mayhems, wherever you are. Oh. You fucking liar. You were trying to kill me, weren't you? How did I fall for that? Okay. I'm just saying, this game has had it to where if you explored the level and got secrets, you got permanent upgrades. One of the permanent upgrades was you chainsawed faster. You just straight up chainsawed faster. So it was within the realm of possibility that me picking up something that's a secret would give me immunity to lava. That is not a far stone throw away. I got to 1 health on that, and honestly, it is still kind of fun. Like, yeah, I'm glad I did that. If you want to see all these combat encounters in detail, you can skim through my 12 hours of footage on my VOD channel. I wanted to include a lot of combat, because combat is kind of why people play Doom Eternal. It's one of the few games where it's just like, yeah, you play it for the combat. So I figured people would want to watch it for it. But I have a hard way. I don't know how to make combat work in a video. Because I can get it when people are first playthrough, they're shooting things, they're doing all this other stuff, but and they're experiencing it for the first time, so they have a lot of first thoughts on that. I have played this game for 1,800 hours, people. Nothing is new to me. Nothing. I'm not figuring anything out about the combat loop. I am just, like, going through it. So it's very hard, because I don't have any reactions to, like, typical combat stuff. So I feel like it's very hard to include all that in videos, so that's why I only have small snippets of it. They ran out of enemies to introduce, so the modder made one of their own, a Red Spectre. This possesses enemies so that they have to deal more damage. Kind of functions as a ghost, and if you kill the demon it possesses, it just possesses another one until you finish the entire encounter. I had a joke there initially. There was a joke supposed to follow that. That's why I feel like that section ends a little short. But I realized the joke was not funny, so I just cut it. What was the joke you could tell us? It's a bad joke, but yeah, this is a stream exclusive. So the joke was that the spirit is much like a girlfriend in the sense that you can't kill it, so you just gotta wait till the encounter ends with them. That was the joke. Which I was just like, it's kind of an anti-joke and the thing that's saying that murder is wrong. But it's just like, I don't think that's funny enough. I'm not gonna keep it. Yeah, just moving on. Oh, I'm a marauder. Let's go. I love battle mode. Don't you love battle mode? Whoa ho ho, but this arena. Yeah, we all love battle mode here. One of the things I wish, okay, modder, here's an idea for you. Just have, you know, like how you possess a revenant in this mission? Have it so that where you go through each battle mode demon in like separate missions, like there's a Dread Knight section, there's a Marauder section, there's a Mancubus section, like all that stuff. Just incorporate all the battle modes in like one mission, because like that would be, I think that'd be a cool gimmick so it's fine. That Hell Knight just ignited in flames. What? That was metal as hell.
Talking about metal hell, we get to the boss fight.
Okay, people, you don't know that, but there was a lot of dead time there. There was like half a second where nothing was said. I probably should have trimmed up that audio file a little bit more, but I guess, I don't know. My typical process for when I watch my videos, for like when I do like quality edits, is I watch through the same video 3 times. Like, I go through it 3 times. If I notice a mistake, I trim it up, got the footage, all that stuff, and then I ship. I try not to do more than that, because I feel like after the 3rd time, you get diminishing returns. Like, there's just so small mistakes that they're really not worth fixing. Exactly how much time did I spend to create this 50-minute video? Okay, so the playthrough was 11 hours. Just shy over 11 hours. So it's 11 hours minimum, because I had to watch all the footage and chop it down. Typically what I do is, when I first start on a project like this, I watch through the whole VOD. Every part that's boring, cut out of it. Usually at the end of the day, like my first go through is about an hour and a half of footage. I mean, for this video in particular, it was an hour and a half of footage. I then make a script, basically about, hey, what parts need commentary, what part needs over. That takes a night or 2. Like, it's, how'd I put it? Scripting process isn't too difficult for me. I typically just type it all in one night as I'm like watching a stream or have a video on the background. So it's not really work per se, but it's effort. You got to do that. And then, you know, you got to redraft a couple times. It's always good to like read through the script, go through it. And then, of course, the script never survives the video. Always, I realize there's a section I missed that I have to re-record. And basically that voiceover takes a couple of hours typically. I usually do all the recordings in one thing. Do I watch it at 2 times speed? Some sections, yeah. But basically, whenever it's like dull gameplay, I hit the 2 times. But if I'm ever talking, I always view it on 1x. Because, like, I feel like, for comedic timing's sake, I gotta, like, know how I say it. Because, like, let's be real, sometimes a small pause in a sentence can actually make the difference for a joke being really funny versus kind of funny. It has to, for this video in particular, the more I think about it, it's gotta be, okay, so 11 hours plus, so let's say for the initial cut and the VO and the scripting, that's around 20 hours. I think that's fine. Then the strict editing, timing, getting relevant footage, all that stuff. When I got out of a job, I spent like around 8 hours a day, maybe 10 on this. And I did that for like 4, 6, like about 7-ish days. So overall, we're probably looking for this video, 50 minutes, probably about, honestly, I'd say somewhere around like 80 to 100 hours. But shit, does it really take that much for me? Fuck, dude. I'm slow at editing. I feel like it shouldn't have taken, but it does. It's just a time sink. It happens. You just get through that. I don't even make profit off videos. I'm not even... Look at my subscriber count, people. 883 subs. You get monetized as soon as you reach 1,000. I'm not making a dime off of YouTube. I'm not. I'm doing this mainly just because I think it's, well, how to put it? For one, it's good content. Like, these are type of videos I think I would like watching. And, like, that's the thing. How do I put it? I basically am using this as kind of quote-unquote an advertisement for my stream. Because I really like streaming, people. I've been streaming for 3 years. 3-year stream anniversary. I really like it. It's a hobby I enjoy. So I'm more like using YouTube as a means to the ends to get like outreach for my stream to make my streams more enjoyable. Because I really like streaming. Talking with you guys in chat, answering your questions, all that stuff, fucking fun. I love it. So I figured if there are more people in here asking questions, having fun, the experience will just like be way more fun. How do I put it? Twitch has shit, and I mean this, really shit promotion. The way that Twitch promotion works, for those who don't know, is very much, the more viewers you have, the more promotion you get. So it's a rich get richer system, unintended. Where the more viewers you have, the more outreach you get, the more people who click on your stream, all that jazz. So I put my effort into YouTube as like a thing. Because like, I guess I could make shorts or TikToks, but honestly, I don't know how to make them. And I don't think I'd be good at them, nor do I think my content really fits for it.
go, dudes. And I also just kind of screwed myself over. But before I get to it, look
at the change in quality from when I go from stream footage to recorded footage.
Oh, I just would have wished. But now that that's over, we move on to ARC Complex, where, after the intro, I have to make a decision.
I specifically said ARC Complex rather than Art Complex because I wanted to trigger people. Yep.
Oh, never mind. Still shit. 20.
Their username is Tech17. Why did I say Tech234?
% to a small
literally
number doesn't make it a
unwatchable.
big number.
This video
Yeah.
is literally unwatchable.
And finally,
Yeah, it just casually spawns in 2 Marauders there by the end. I wanted to make montages a bit longer in this video, but you know what? The video would also be 2 hours long. So I'm just like, okay, fuck it. I'm going to include a couple deaths and then my highlights of my completion run. And that's what I decided. I spent like 30 minutes on this boss fight. 30 minutes. And it's only about a minute worth of content of the video. So I think that's good. I thought the elevator was gonna happen. What the frick? I was thinking of set. I literally can't jump right now. It will not. Oh yeah, because that's an elevator. Sentences that do not make sense if you know nothing of Doom Eternal. You cannot jump on elevators. That's specific to this game. I just thought that was so funny because, like, if you knew nothing, if you didn't know that about this game, like, you'd be like, yeah, I can't jump because that's an elevator. That's not a valid logic tree.
normally. In this mod, he has a tag team partner. And it's the...
I didn't even realize it. I made a pun. I made a pun without knowing it. A tag team partner. The DLCs for this game are the Ancient Gods. That's tag. Tag team. Oh my... Dude, why... I'm unintentionally hilarious.
You guys want to say hi? Let's say hi. Hey, Baron, how are you doing?
So, all right. For people who don't know, I play with cheats a lot of the time to practice, because for speedruns, like, if you have access to give yourself infinite ammo, it can really help you practice the movement section, all that stuff. I have all those stuff. They were all binds. And I thought, since this was a separate install, those binds would have disappeared. But I think they were still active. So I think what happened was I misclicked N, which is usually what I default for no target, so I can, you know, look at spawn locations, all that jazz. I think I accidentally hit that when playing this campaign. I think that's got to be what happened. Huh. My facial expressions I did here were next level.
How quick were those?
Why did I not include this face in the thumbnail? This should have been right in the bottom. Like, come on, dude. This is a pog face. I should have done it. I should have.
Oh, hi there. How you doing? He was a little platform for me.
It's kind of weird. I didn't think this was honestly too interesting, but like, it's the last boss fight. You gotta include a lot of footage from it. We're one video down, and how long did that take? An hour and a half. We will be here all the time. Okay. Back to the channel. We go to the next one. Okay, we're gonna get something speedrun related, people. Oh, what the heck? There's chapters on this. I'm guessing these are just these are just default like stuff that YouTube put on. I don't know why. They seem to have nothing. I'm going to shout out a Titanfall 2 speedrun channel. This is big shout outs to Zweek. He's a Titanfall 2 speedrunner. I watch his stream sometimes. He's a cool dude. He has a video right here. The tech that nearly ruins Titanfall speedruns and how he fixed it. I just looked at that and I was like, man, that title, A+ tier. I kind of really like it. So I'm like, I could do like the same format for that and then just like apply it to my video. That's what I did. Another person I should shout out actually, because I kind of combined 2 titles. Friendly Baron. I used to watch this guy all the time. Honestly, he was one of my favorite content creators before he like got a job and just like stopped streaming. But he has this video right here. Strats too risky for the GTA 5 speedrun. And that video, I just like, oh, man, too risky. Like, that's also good. So I kind of like just smushed those 2 titles together and applied it to Doom 2016, and that's kind of how that was my thought process there. Also, I guess fun fact. Let's go to the comment section. He actually commented on my video. I want to say the whole reason he clicked on it is exclusively because it shared a very similar title to one of his. I want to say that was the reason. But yeah, that's all. It's kind of nice having a content creator that I really like comment on a video. It's definitely, how'd I put it? I can't describe quite how I felt when that happened, because I'm just like, dude, what the fuck? I got complimented by one of the people I look up to. That just feels so good.
Today, we look at perhaps the hardest run that this game has to offer, the 100% Ultra Nightmare category, and how recently, new tricks changed it forever.
I'm actually remarkably proud of that intro. I think that intro is really well paced. I think it's a good introduction of the video content in general and all that jazz. I like it. I like it a lot. I think that's like the best intro I ever did in a video.
It's important to remember our roots and show how we got here. So let's dive into our history.
All right. I'm gonna be real here. I don't like that section. I don't. It was fine during the editing process. It was all that. But honestly, it feels like a second introduction. It feels like I just did an intro twice. I did it twice in a row. That's my biggest issue with it. I should have rephrased it. I should have honestly re-recorded that little bit, but I only realized that after.
The runners are able to fling themselves into the sky with a strat known as rail boosting. This game has a neat mechanic known as a foot grab that helps with platforming.
I'm gonna be honest, that blur filter I applied to the end of that did not need it. I don't know why I put it there. It's there. And people on Reddit, when I posted this, said that this was a well-edited video. I disagree.
From this hub, they would rail boost to a collectible and then reload checkpoint. This would bring them back to the hub.
Small thing to notice there. When he was, when Dane in this clip,
collectible and then reload checkpoint.
I said reload checkpoint, but Dangerous here actually exits the main menu. This video's fucking unwatchable. Look at all these inaccuracies.
And to answer that, we have to go to the pioneers of the category, Bite Me and Red Warrior.
This footage is taken from when Bite Me ran 100% UN at QuakeCon. Because at previous QuakeCons, they had speedrunners come in and show them how they would do runs for an audience, all that jazz. That was awesome. That was sick. I had no idea that happened until I started doing research for this video. I want them to do that again. Come on, id. Do that for Eternal. That would be awesome. Why don't they do that anymore? I feel like that is so inexpensive to get a speedrunner to come to QuakeCon, perform a run in front of an audience, have a developer on the couch talking about it, because that's what they did here. It was super cool. I watched through this whole run. It was awesome.
One such glitch is Instant Siege Mode, also known as the Dreamer King Siege Mode shot.
I have said this many times when I speedran 2016, and I'll say it now. Dreamer King Siege Mode shot is a fucking bad name. I know, Dreamer King found it. That's cool. Awesome. It's also the fucking longest name in the fucking world. We have so many strats. So many strats in Doom 2016 that don't have names. Why the fuck did we care about naming things when this happened? Just call it Instant Siege. People were like, oh, just say DKSMS. That is 5 syllables. Instant Siege is 3. Instant Siege rolls off the tongue way better. That's why I call it Instant Siege here, and I just know that it's called Dreamer King Siege Mode shot. Instant Siege is the better name. Fight me, people. Fight me. But the thing is, with Eternal, there are so many glitches and bugs in that kind of mastery of it is kind of the run. If you were to quote-unquote do the game glitchless, like, sure, you could do that. We have rule sets. Nobody's done a run of it. You know why nobody does a run of it? Because glitchless would be fucking boring. It'd be so boring. Oh, no buddy hopping, just dashing everywhere. There's no momentum conservation. There's no use of weapon tech that requires precise timing. You just shoot things like, yeah, like, sure, there might be an audience for it, but nobody's interested enough to do it. No, but we've had people propose rule sets. Some people have written them up. They did it, and we said we have rules in the Doom speedrunning things. Like, yeah, if you want to do a run, create a rule set, that's fine. We'll add it to the category extensions. We have a very open policy about that. It's just like, hey, all you need to do is do a run with your own rule set and write it up. We'll add it to the boards. Nobody has done it because it sounds interesting. So if any YouTube commenter like wants to go like, oh man, why is there a glitch list? Like, fucking do it. Do it. Submit it. We'll add it. We're fine. We're open to it.
Allied. With a simple trick, you can have all 3 slots open from the beginning. The menu of this game.
I had the escape menu open for like half a second. Literally unwatchable.
Game was designed to be fully operable. It was only a matter of time before somebody came around who liked these glitches, and it coincidentally started about when I started running the game.
There's Rytro injecting themselves into the story. So self-centered.
Then all that's left to be done is to pick up the last class.
Oh god, you guys can hear it. There's like a small audio change because I had to re-record this line at last second. I think I forgot to apply a filter that I did, so it sounds slightly different, and I'm cringing.
Collectible by walking on a wall, and then boost.
Like, did you just hear the okay, I don't mention it typically because people won't notice if you don't bring it up. People sometimes are just passively enjoying something, so they don't see those small details.
Yeah. And the last level I'd like to go in depth.
All right, people. During the first draft of this video, this section was not included. The whole section on Argent Tower was not included. It's because we didn't do it in the route. We did not do this route. So I didn't like have it in my mind. But when I showed the first draft of the video to Dara, big shoutouts to Dara Bay, he was like, yo, why didn't you include anything about Tower? I would be like, I haven't. He's like, well, there is an optimal out of bounds route that we just don't do. I'm just like, you know what? Yeah, I should make a section on that because I think it really contrasts of what's our point of acceptable for a run versus what isn't. So I'm like, yeah, let's add it. And so I did this in like the last couple days of it.
Hit the rail boost, you have effectively more frames per in-game time, leading to a bigger boost. This is what we call an omega boost. You
stock green screen fire explosion footage. Oh, I have it all. This is editing, baby.
actually have to get the Invincity power up before you do this boost for that big laser.
By the way, Invincity. Let's hear that again. Invincibility.
Actually have to get the Invincity power up before
you... Invincibility is the word. How the fuck did I miss that? The Invincity.
And to demonstrate some of the inconsistency and some of the frustration that many could feel, let's look at a strat that was recently implemented. ResOps Out of Bounds.
Oh, you thought the level explanations were over, Spucko. Thought I was reaching a conclusion, didn't you? Nuh-uh, there's still one left. Yeah, get fucked. Expectations are bullshit. Get out of here.
While Vega is still monologuing, we can use this to grab the lever for the secret level and rail boost back to just after the airlock. All of the
lever? You actually don't know this. But you may not notice it. I say lever and lever two times in this video. I change up the pronunciation. Why do I do that? Because I want somebody to be pissed off and write a comment about it. That's farming engagement, baby.
What's most important is that you just run something you find fun. Just like how you can watch whatever you find fun.
I will say, I do really like my conclusion section of this video. I just don't like the ending line I use. I felt like I could have done something better there. But other than that, I think like that's a pretty good summary.
And if you like this video, honk that holler horn.
And yes, the like and subscribe at the end is not saying that. I'm saying for you to honk that holler horn. I guess that comes from Ancient. If anyone knows CGP Grey, he has a podcast called Hello Internet. And they have an episode where they talk about how having a subscribe button wasn't enough. So what they would do is they'd have a subscribe and then a bell for notifications. And like a joke in that podcast was, well, what comes next when the bell mutes notifications? Do they have another mechanic? Do they have like a holler horn that you honk if you want to really see their content? Which nobody will get, nobody, but it makes me feel happy, and that's all that matters.
Starting off with the first DLC, The Ancient Gods Part 1, with the first level, UAC Atlantica.
Ha, UAC, get it? There should be a C there, but it's actually C as in the ocean. That's comedy.
For plot reasons, we're here because cultists have the soulless body of Jesus that we need to get back. Happy Easter.
This video was released 2 days before Easter. And I wrote that Jesus line way earlier, and it just so happened to coincidentally line up before Easter. I was like, yes, yes.
After dealing with all the dihydrogen monoxide.
Ah, I am smart, people. Dihydrogen monoxide is the chemical name for water. There is a glitch I could do here, actually. But I'm not going to do it. But I'll demonstrate it because I said, I'm not going to do it, but I'm going to showcase. So basically what I said was, I'm not going to do it, but I'm going to do it.
Dealing with Oni.
Making the big tentacle go ooh-woo was, yeah, definitely needed that.
Dealing with Onisan is actually quite easy.
I even call the big tentacle Onisan. I'm just gonna let you guys know what I mean when I say that, right? That's comedy. That's the joke.
We have to make a choice. What path do we do first? Left tro or right tro?
Yeah, I joked about my name. Let's go. Left tro or right tro? Everyone who puns in the chat, who adds tro to the end of every word, this joke's for you.
Fuck that dude. We'll be like the algorithm and avoid that guy as much as possible. We're
just like, yeah, I don't know. I got a lot of comments in my recent video saying that I was criminally undersubbed, so I'm like, you know what? I'll make a joke about it. Why not? That, and also I like sucking my own dick. I should mention, yeah, Doom's speedrunning is not mainstream. It is kind of. Look at any 100% Ultra Nightmare Doom Eternal world record. Those things have tens of thousands of views. Hundreds of thousands in a lot of cases. Millions in some. It's just nobody does content like this for Doom Eternal, which is kind of like half the reason why I do it. Half the reason why I put out content like this is because nobody's doing it. Nobody. And anybody with some knowledge in economics is that if no one's doing that and there's a desire for that product, it'll be successful. So basically what I'm doing is just like, I see it opening in the market, and that's why I'm trying to like push this type of content. Hugo says they support speedrunners and shit like this still flies. Well, here's the thing. This is a whole can of worms getting to the whole glitch. I have had this conversation before. Maybe I should make a video on it. Might do well. But basically the whole reason is that, no, they support speedrunners. They like them. They like us. Hugo has been on stream. We've had him on Modern Doom speedrun events where he like saw the game get broken and seemed to like it and was in full support. The issue is that not every developer is Hugo. Some developer, they just see a glitch and they're just like, we gotta package it out. They aren't considering the speedrun, they just do it. And sometimes not every glitch that's patched goes through all the way up the top. So it's just some developer unawares of speedrun just doing it. Which it just sucks that it happens, and that's the whole thing where I say that. Like, I get it, their support, we are grateful for it, but the effect still happens, and the effect's the issue, not their attitude about it. Okay, people. The Otter Den. You know what you call the otter's home? You know, when they make all that stuff? You call it a holt. This level's called the holt. That's the joke, people. I'm hilarious, aren't I? No, they add insult to injury. I got hit by a stray fireball, and the Marauder died to the BFG. Life isn't fair. In case you're wondering, I had to cut out literally 50 deaths. That whole montage right there was the first 50 deaths. I died over 100 times in this encounter. I would have included all of them. However, that would be a super long montage. Nobody wants to watch deaths for that long. I figured it's overstayed its welcome at about that point. So I'm just like, okay, let's get to the point where I complete it, which is like about an hour later, a little over.
And the final boss is Jesus.
Hey, I just want to let you all know. I'm not anti-Christian or anything. Maybe I am. The topic for a different day. But I did not write the story of this game. The story of this game has you kill the equivalent of Jesus in this world, okay? I just memed around with it. That's all I'm saying.
And
I want to say, I feel like this footage coming here is very awkward. I don't know why, but I think nobody joined chat for like a solid 20-30 minutes in stream. So like this whole chat box beneath my webcam was completely empty for a solid portion of this video. And I'm just thinking like, I think like people who are watching this like, this guy's got no chat. He's probably bad if there's nobody watching his content. Because if people watch your content and the chat's active, that means it's a good stream. That's a good, this guy's lame. I'm out of here.
Reclaimed Earth.
I did not know what to do for a joke for this title card. So I said non-reclaimed Earth. Like, I just put a double negative there. That's it. I was creatively strapped for coming up with a joke title card for this, so I gave up and fucking peaced out.
The center of hell, Amora.
Mamora. I'm just like, fuck it, let's do a fedora. I don't know why. Why the hell? Sure, yeah. I just gave up with the title cards at the end of it, not gonna lie.
This, and I'm gonna just go. Dude, the fuck?
Okay, so that whole laser section, there's actually a little bit of a story. So it turns out somebody looked into the code of, they saw my video and they looked into the code of why exactly that happened, because I completely avoided the lasers in that scenario, but I still got hit. The visual hitbox and the damage hitbox are not synced. They are on different cycles and they are not at all linked. So what you visually see and where the damage is completely different. So that's why it's basically RNG if you get by there without taking damage.
This fight is not relatively hard. It's relatively alright if you take your time, and well, I guess you can do it all damageless. Well, I want to thank you all for watching and hope— Just kidding.
Faked you out. The video you thought was ending, right? No, we're not done yet. You have no idea. I see the viewer retention stuff of that on my dashboard. Unironically, 5% of viewers click off the video at that point. I probably shouldn't do the fake out outro because literally less people watch. I think people's just gut reactions are to immediately click away. Yeah. So, yeah, probably not gonna do something like that again, but hey, I thought I'd try it out.
Wait, there are more. Well, fuck, looks like there's a potential part 3 to this series if I'm crazy enough.
But am I? I should have just ended it before the but am I. The but am I found seems so awkward. It seems so awkward. I don't know why I kept it in, but I did. I have to live with it.
And if you like this video, smash a bell pepper.
If you like this video, smash a bell pepper. Yes, that was a good one. Shut up. What's the next video on the list? It's the weirdest glitches video. This is probably my best glitch video, I must say.
The weirdest applicable case of this is at the very beginning of 100% runs. As runners need to collect this secret, they shoot and punch over this.
You see the error in this screen? You see the error? I didn't change the text to toy pickup. It's still grenade pickup. I just forgot. This frame. Oh, by the way, it's not centered. Like, look at this. Like, these things aren't lined up. It's only on the screen for like 2 seconds, so it's not the biggest deal, but my goodness, doesn't it trigger me.
Diagonal dashing in water. Back in the old days of gaming.
Oh god, I think I accidentally popped my microphone or something and I left it in. I always get that pop there. That is
And since the lunge didn't trigger, the Slayer's momentum is unaffected and lets the Slayer keep momentum through the walls. Chocobo.
That sentence feels a bit awkward. I remember, I think that sentence did continue for a while, but I realized like the last 8 words didn't need to be included. They were not relevant information. So I just trimmed it down, put a little transition, audio transition there, and it was like, fuck it, done. That's the thing. We're gonna get to the point where earlier in the next few videos, there are definitely some points where it's like, I just didn't want to do the effort. So I didn't like re-record the line or anything. I just, fuck it, cut a audio line short, kept it. That happens. I think like every YouTuber kind of does that to some extent. It's just, you know, it's very easy to notice on mine because I'm a fucking scrub. To be fair, I'm not at the interesting stuff yet. I should probably... I don't know, the structure of this was like I started off with all the easy, quote-unquote, weird tech we do, and then I get to the very complicated stuff by the end. But, yeah, all the complicated stuff, like, that's the interesting part, probably what they're here for. I think might be a little bit of a bad call to arrange it that way. I mean, it makes sense, like how you start small and work your way up, but to keep interest, I don't think that's the way to do it. I think what I should have done is, like, one easy trick, one complicated, and kind of alternate them. Maybe that's the way to do it. It's something to consider whenever I do a video in the same style of this.
In order to do that, it will interrupt your gameplay with cutscenes to show you obvious things that you probably could have figured out on your own if you looked around the arena for 5 seconds.
Yeah, this game has an issue where it's trying to hold your hand so you don't get lost or have to look around the arena. Seriously, the fuck? You could just play that the bridge comes down. Like, why? Why? It's big and it's right there at the end. Like, how did they have to do that? That's such a pacing killer.
The acceleration to dash speed, the plateau of dash speed, and the deceleration back to...
See, on the top of the trapezoid, there's like a little bump there. You know, a little bump. I didn't perfectly align the trapezoid in Photoshop. I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry.
To normal speed. Dashing, when gaining momentum from these rings, lets the sleer keep that speed, but change the direction.
That's the sleer. What the fuck was my pronunciation? Why did I keep that line in?
Why? Well, the state of the ring basically prevents the dash from changing the slayer's velocity whilst in mid-ring. The 3-component curve never gets triggered, but the change to direction from the dash still gets triggered.
I should have said it. The physicist in me is crying a little. I should have said the speed does not change, but the direction does. Because the velocity, speed, and direction. So, what's the meme from Despicable Me? What's it? I'm Vector. I both have magnitude and direction.
So, if you land a sticky on an enemy and hit a critical point before the sticky grenades explodes, the game reads that as a critical point was hit and thus gives the sticky crit damage characteristics to the sticky.
That sentence was a fucking clusterfuck. I should have rewritten that, honestly. Given sticky damage characteristics to the sticky. Like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, sure, I guess in writing it kind of makes sense, and I guess you get, like, the vibe of it, but if you take the words literally and think about it, it's like, dude, I could have just probably used one word to cut out like 10 words there. Like, that sentence is definitely not the best.
You hit it with something else. Combine this with, say, the flame belt.
Combine?
Speed downwards, you know, to simulate an elevator. But since we're now above the elevator, we are doing this from out of bounds.
That transition was so bad, by the way. I couldn't figure out how to get... I wanted to zoom out, you know, from the Slayer being there, but, like, it's, I didn't know how to do that. And so that was the closest interpretation I could get. And, I don't like it. I hate it. Yeah, one point of nuance I didn't mention there is that when you're ballista boosting, you are building speed despite not moving, because your speed and your position are separate values, right? When your position is locked, your position cannot update, but your speed can still update. What happens when you're locked is that the speed, like, value just does not affect your position because your position's locked by another function. That's just what it is. So it feels weird to say building speed despite not moving, but it makes sense, and I wish that was a little point of clarification I added. So basically what happens is that we hit the elevator trigger right here, but when we hit the ground, we're in the extra life warp state. So because triggers don't affect us during the extra life warp, the position update doesn't hit it. We don't die right on the elevator trigger and then get there. It's actually a consequence of the position update trigger. We hit it, we just don't trigger it because we're extra life warping. So that's the inaccuracy. It's a small one. It's not like the vibe of the trick is still the same, which is why I didn't update it or clarify it. But you know, it's a small point, you should say.
It feels like it has to be related. If you can...
I hate this image. I don't know why I did this, but I did. I think this is the worst part of the video. That's just so low
Understand
effort.
zips.
What the fuck was I thinking?
Probably understand. Easier, as objects in the same class share the...
One of these things is not like the other people. Can you guess what? There's just a picture of Asmongold here. That's right, that's Asmongold. Now, you might be asking, Rytro, why do you have a picture of Asmongold here? I'm calling Asmongold a demon. That's the joke. So, why is Asmongold a demon? You might logically question. How do I put it? I have a few jokes in some of my videos. Basically, people who are like top Twitch streamers who make a significant part of their content based around reacting to other people's content, I think are immoral and very bad people. Asmongold's one of them.
Or frame.
Low FPS effects, tick rate systems at low FPS. That's the redundant Department of Redundancy right there.
Rate dependent while have a great day.
Oh, I played the Minecraft mod at this point. Pog. Alright, cool. That's that video. Oh boy, we are gonna be here for a while. Alright, we finally get to it. We finally got to it. The no damage video. The no damage video. So can you beat Doom Eternal without taking damage? I don't know, I said the answer in the first second of the video, because I don't know, I thought I was being clever. Just being like, I'm gonna subvert people's expectations by just saying yes. And it's just like, then the video starts. So I don't know if this was the quote-unquote the best but I liked it because nobody does this, where it's just like they have a question in the title and literally in the first second they answer it. So I felt like it was a little bit subversive there.
Yes. Health damage.
Oh, look at that JPEG compression. Oh, I hate this. I hate this. I should have used OBS to record that rather than save that with the snipping tool. That's one thing I've gotten better with. I don't do that too often. Usually when I do the snipping tools for like big images or something. You know.
G_damage to Slayer 10,000.
Man, that line right there is not G_damage to Slayer 10,000. Fucking unwatchable video.
Meaning every...
Here's the lore, people. I was actually not inspired by Senza at all to do this challenge. Shocker. It just works better for a story if I say it that way. Because I found out about Senza afterwards when I posted this in the Doom Eternal Speedrunning Discord, like, hey, I just did this. This is cool, ain't it? Someone's like, are you Senza? I'm like, who's Senza? I'm like, oh, okay. So I guess kind of phrasing it as like a response as a challenge to do better. I don't know. I just think that's narratively more satisfying. So that's how I kind of framed it. But it wasn't true. I did it just because I wanted to do challenge runs and I haven't like done that. And they're fun content every once in a while, you know? So I want to get back into doing challenge runs. I'm probably going to do one sometime soonish.
Most of it was spent speedrunning, so I know a lot about going fast, but I was not ready for what was about to happen.
That transition was weak. I should have selected a different song for the intro, honestly. Because I do like the distance, but that's not a good intro. I probably should have said something with like a little bit of flair. I don't know why, but I was headstrong about keeping that song in there, and I couldn't make it work, really, for an intro. Probably a way to do it. I don't know what it was, but, you know. People may not notice. What's it?
There are 13 missions in this game, and you have to beat them.
As a consequence of video editing, I got this to move, and rather than fix it, instead as I rolled with it and put, like, a little... I think it's called, like, Pedo Bear or something. Like, just looking out from... because I thought it was funny.
And we just beat
That's
the
it.
First one. Hell honor. Of course, you can skip nearly all.
I was a genius to just not fucking fix the editing. I was just like, I'm just gonna put a little PNG there, which honestly, I think that was a little funny. But also, like, would that be better than just it being well edited? I don't know, frick. I want to talk about that a little bit.
The wheels in my brain start.
You know, normally this icon, what it does is like, it like changes the thing, but I literally turned it. That's such jank. Like, that's not accurate to what this icon does whatsoever. At the same time, it's so stupid, I kind of like that it's in the video. It's a little charming.
Darkest wall, hopping like a daisy rabbit, and completely skipping an encounter.
Hopping like a daisy rabbit. Doom Guy's rabbit is called Daisy. That's the joke. It's very subtle. Only if you are a highly educated Doom Eternal viewer with a degree in physics and astronomy, could you really get the intricacy of the video?
Slayer gates are the hardest arenas in this game, and they are completely optional. Except for me, my chat kept asking me to do the Slayer gates, so I sighed, said that's fine, and that I'd just do a couple attempts just to please them.
Again, you'll notice a trend from this point before. I stutter way too much during certain sentences, and I just refuse to re-record. I don't know what it is. Normally now I re-record everything.
This level is filled with hard encounters.
The pronunciation there. This level. This level. Okay, but makes me livid more like it.
Lots of traps. To get to it, I had to take control of Steve here. And Steve is not the Slayer, so my code...
That little, like, flicker you see when I do the screenshot thing, that's because I saved the image, the screenshot, as a JPEG, and not as a PNG. I make that mistake a little bit. Yeah, there was very minimal editing during, like, these boss fight sections, I must say.
I should not do that.
I feel like it's a little lazy, question mark? But at the same time, like, I can get it because, like, doing a lot of the, how do I put it? I say a lot of the appeal of Doom Eternal and all that stuff is, like, they want to see the combat. That was kind of my logic why there was very little editing here. But right now, I think I would cut it down a lot more. I wouldn't do exactly this.
And then it's literally just woo. That was wimpy. I didn't want to scream too loud because I think it will bother my neighbor.
That brief aside to be like, yeah, I'm being socially conscious about my neighbors. It's just, I don't know. I think there's something there. There's funny. I probably should have a different delivery. I don't think it's that good though. It's probably this right here. Probably my least favorite montage like I made ever. I don't know. It just goes on for too long. This is like a minute plus of this. I would have shortened this by like 30 seconds if I was editing this nowadays.
I would perform my favorite speedrun skip in this game, known as hentai skip. I'll let you figure out why it's called that.
Yeah, it's called hentai skip because of the tentacles there. And if you don't know why that's related, then you need to use your imagination. I checked the video analytics of this. Literally, at that ding where I like show arrows at the tentacles, it literally has like a 10% increased view rate than both sections before it. Like, it peaks there. Because I'm guessing people were just like, hey, why is it called that? And they rewind to try to see what the point, try to get it from themselves. Yeah.
To the level.
I will say, I think, like, in terms of, like, a story, in terms of, like, presenting a story, I think this video does that very well, despite, like, the editing, some of the VO stuff. All that, like, isn't, like, top tier, but it's, like, I think this is at the threshold where it's good enough. I think it's the, quote-unquote, the story that kind of sells this. Like, of, like, me beating the game damageless. I think it's presented probably in one of the better ways of my videos.
Jam-packed. Enemies around every corner. Deadly behemoths lurk in the background, doing AoE damage over...
Can't tell. This is another reference to top Twitch streamers / reactors that I really hate. Here's Hassan Piker, which I photoshopped some red laser eyes on. You know, he's one of the deadly demons of the internet. So yeah, in case you didn't know where that reference was, there it is. Like I said, I was still, like, how I put it. This is like the first video to where I say I got, quote-unquote, good at editing. Like, by other videos, like, yeah, there's semblances of it being alright, but this is like the first one where I'm like, this is a leap in quality compared to my previous stuff.
In hell, but you know I mean it in the metaphorical sense. Whatever, I'm sure the next level will go just heavenly.
Ha, I said this level was hell, joke, and then the next one would be heavenly. That's setup and payoff, baby, let's go.
Someone really make a video explaining how this level got this. That would be such a good idea. Hey, what are you doing here?
That's not even the same thumbnail I use in the Urdak video. I changed the thumbnail a lot. I should probably not ever, like, include thumbnails in, like, videos, but I'm gonna freaking still do it, you know?
And with the rest of the game under my belt, I felt confident that I could do it.
Okay, so I wanted to, like, maybe, like, how to do the previous style of levels, but to be honest, the only reason why I didn't like explain / go through / show clip shows is the whole time we did this level, I was talking with chat about corn mazes. Yeah, I'm not shit. If you look a little bit to the montage, you see a lot of people talking about corn. I was just doing this while casually finishing the challenge. We're just talking about how I don't like corn mazes so much, but some people in chat do, other Halloween traditions, and it's just like, yeah, okay, so I guess I'm just gonna montage this because I don't think in a damageless video people want to hear my thoughts on corn mazes, but yet, here we are. Overall, like, that video, very, very good, very good. I am proud of that one. This is the first one I'd say, like, I'm really proud of. So the next video, my first speed run was terrible. This one, definitely tell the leap in quality. I mean, look at the views here. It's only about 500. Yeah, there's not much. Plus, also, I just think subject matter. Like, does anyone care about what my first speedrun is if they don't know me? The only people who would watch this are people who know me, people who are already subscribed. This doesn't do well for people who have no idea what my content is.
I have been doing speedruns for 2 years.
Oh, this was taken from my 2-year anniversary stream. Pog, dude. That was 1 year ago. Yo. Look at Retro wearing a tie, being all cool while I'm just sitting here fucking casual. Should I grab a tie? I feel a bit underdressed, honestly. Also, my green screen setup was very, very bad at this point. You can totally see a bunch of, you know, finicky stuff. Which, like, you know, you just work with what you work with. Like, look at how white I am. Now, can I get a close-up comparison? Let's get a close-up comparison. Look, this was me from 1 year ago. Definitely tell it like this quality is better, but like, fuck, what the hell settings did I have on my webcam back then? Because I have the same webcam.
And then shotgunning after if I feel like it.
I'm doing a reaction video to me doing a reaction video. This is fucking Inception right here. Next year you could react to you reacting to reacting. Please, no. I gotta do something somewhat different every year, you know? Because, like, what, my first streamiversary? What I did was I played through Doom Eternal, everything, 100%, and I did it with some friends in the call, which was awesome. I like them. They provide a lot of insight, because, like, it was like just us shooting the shit while we were all talking. Like, that's cool. I typically don't stream with people, which is why I think that was quote-unquote the interesting part. The second year, I did this, where, you know, we, reacted. And now the third year, I'm reacting to my reactions. Woo!
I think but
Can I talk about one thing, I guess? I previous writer should have commented on this. But right up top, these, like, different splits. Like, I kind of liked alternating splits at the time because, like, that shows, like, you know, you could more easily identify which one because, you know, they don't all look the same. But, freaking the opacity in the layout, it just kind of sucks, honestly. This is definitely not the way you do it. But, hey, this was a Retro from 2020 who didn't know anything about streaming and just kind of did things off base instinct a little bit, you know?
Oh, look at that ballista boost!
Okay, honestly, I don't think I have much to add to this video, which is strange. I guess it's my content, so I'm allowed BFG. So now we get to the physics lesson. Okay, so that, honestly, you know what? I could see, like, all that part, the previous one. I could totally see, like, maybe as, like, a low effort stuff, like, this is, like, the tier of quality I expect out of, like, a high tier reaction channel. And they, like, cut up their reactions. Like, I have no doubt if, like, someone with just, like, 100,000 subs just, like, uploaded that, they'd probably get a lot of attention, but, I don't know. It's kind of the thing. On YouTube, you kind of have to work your way up so that you can do low-effort content, but you gotta make, like, high-effort, good quality stuff until you get to the point you could do low-effort. But, so, like, I just assumed I could do the same low-effort and get, like, that following, but that's not really an assumption. Like, you gotta kind of work your ass off to get it to where you can take a dip in quality and people will stick around because they know you, you know? Like, subscribe, and sign a blood pact today. Now we move on. Oh, this is actually not too bad of a video. The video I made with a race between me and Minifish. This is not too bad. I don't mind this video. The other one, like, was very low quality. This one was a bit higher. you can see how I develop like my style for my later videos. It's in the introduction of this one. The first about minute and a half is very much the same style I do for my common videos now, but then I swap over to the highlights because I'm just like, let's heavily edit it the first part, and then we're gonna go into the next stuff, and it's gonna be like, because I lure people in with better editing and all that jazz.
Mini has been vocal about their disdain for Eternal.
My delivery there is so slow. I hate it. I hate it. It's stupid. It's bad. Ah.
Yes. Yes.
Why doesn't?
You know, I mean, 20.
I literally took screenshots from Discord to make this. You can see JPEG compression on these things, and the font isn't even remotely similar to Discord font. I am ashamed.
16 is a baby. Oh, got it. I'm a gamer.
Ooh. Then you fucked it up, I think.
Wait, what did you get?
Wait, did I just do like a Dark Souls you died? What the fuck type of quality was that?
Ooh. Then you fucked it up, I think.
Wait, what did you get?
I completely forgot how I did this. What the fuck am I doing? Did I do this by... Did I just like... Why is it tinted green? I don't know what the fuck happened there. I completely forgot about that edit.
I don't think Peachy is PG-13 because it resembles another part of anatomy.
I forgot I did that. That just put a peachy. I thought what they said... Well, I remember, I think during my mental state during this, I was like convinced that they were just saying peachy just very weirdly. It wasn't peachy, but in editing, I figured out what they were saying.
You don't
The
know what
PG,
it-
you know,
PG.
the PG, the basic heart, you know, you have the chest, you have the head, you have the hands, have the arms, have the feet, have the legs, and you also have the PG, don't you know?
Yeah, the PG.
There's another...
That fucking edit down there, that was so low effort, and it added nothing. Honestly, if this was in a current video, I would have cut that whole section. Like that like it could have been entertaining with our dial, but like honestly, like no, don't need it.
Oh man, Minnie's already on the first boss of the run. I'm not even on the first boss.
The first boss in 2016 is way later in the
Minnie,
run.
you're explaining the joke.
Aha.
Please, that was the point. You ruined it.
Mini ruining comedy. Some things never change.
Dude,
EA
this
Sports.
little statue, like perfect for a thumbnail.
Alright.
I remember literally making the most clickbait thumbnail, not even trying at all to make it just like red arrow, red circle, doesn't even need to make sense, Doom in the background, don't call... I was just like, yeah, fuck it. It's for like a half a second joke. If it's shittily done, that's kind of the point. That's the joke. So...
No, you don't have to do a vertical. Just do
What?
horizontal.
What?
You were looking down. I didn't know if you were gonna do.
I wasn't
Yeah.
looking down when I
That was the right idea.
I will say, I think with a lot of the editing that's doing here is just like, it's not very good on pacing. I would have cut like a lot of this down. Honestly, this would be like a 20-minute video, I think, with how much I should cut out.
Subscribe
Yo,
button.
if you really enjoyed this video, make sure to
notifications button.
let us know by going to the YouTube comment section and type in "A, we're Morbin here."
Hey,
Hey,
we're Mormon here.
Morbin here.
You have no idea how many Morbius bits I had to cut out of this video. There were too many. It was nearly the whole stream.
Mm-hmm. Haha, imagine. Haha. Graduation.
Imagine Dragons. Haha.
Imagine Dragon Decent.
These what? Sorry, you were gonna finish?
Nuts, like peanuts and stuff like that.
Oh,
Yeah,
pistachios.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pistachios,
yeah.
almonds. I have some chocolate
I
covered
love
almonds.
almonds.
Yeah, you know, pistachios, almonds, testicles, all that stuff.
Why?
wait a second.
Okay. I am the one who is leading this MDSR event. I should not be the one who's breaking the PG rule that often, honestly.
50 over the rainbow.
It's
Bum,
about
bum,
how many
bum,
people are still watching this YouTube.
Statistically,
zero?
about 5%.
No way. There's no way.
If it's this long, yeah, it's probably way less. It's like at 2%.
I guess.
So, okay, fun fact. On the full unedited VOD, I actually got a comment that was like, that had the timestamp to that clip. That's like 6.5 hours in. It's 6.5 hours. And they're just like, yeah, I'm here because I'm listening to this while playing Doom. And like, yeah, I was just like, wow, we actually got someone who was there in like the whole 6-hour VOD. Like, it's insane that somebody got that far. Oh, I know this. I know this.
And then land on the platform below.
This is insane.
And it's a jump backwards. Right.
Hard fall. Somehow I was on collision there. And then bam.
Easy.
Nice save.
Easy.
Gaming.
I mean, come
What,
on.
how'd you hard fall there and then live? That's
Well,
crazy.
Minnie, when you're much as gamer as me, it's quite easy, actually.
False confidence. That's all you heckin' need.
Crawling
deep in my sea of lonely. Broken in your servant I nail. Will you give it to me?
Will you?
Unironically, I know every single word to that song. That was my anthem growing up. In middle school, pump that shit all the time.
Will you? Please?
I know every word to that song. That used to be like one of my favorite songs growing
What the
up.
fuck? Rytro from... Okay, I completely forgot about that. I just took pause to say the same thing that yeah, okay. I have not changed in like a year and a half, people. I have not changed.
Were you a disturbed child?
Yes.
Alu's fucking witty. Are you a disturbed child? Fucking great.
May 16.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Then he had desktop capture on,
I'm all upper.
Doom Eternal.
and then you just see
all
him
uppercase. I don't really stream much Doom anymore. Played.
just
stream most of it.
uninstalls it live on the race. The freaking Giga
Release date,
Chad.
Follow our favorite.
None of us noticed. Nobody noticed. Because we were too busy doing outro shenanigans and I was finding someone to raid. But in editing, it is the most subtly funny fucking thing that happens. The fact that he didn't point out and make a big deal of it makes it such more enjoyable. Doesn't look at me, I'm just more like, fuck this game. It's definitely big fuck this game attitude. I give you that. We eventually had to come to this point. We eventually had to come to it. It's my Switch video. Now this video has way too many views for how shit it is. I'm gonna be real. And if you look in the comment section, the only reason why it has so many views, I think, is because when you Google Doom Eternal Switch, I'm one of the top results. Because, like, I'm one of the few people who made a video on the port. Because who the fuck cares about the Switch Doom Eternal port? Nobody. Nobody fucking does. Nobody. So if you go to the comments, it's a lot of Switch fanboys basically being like, oh, you can't do that. Oh, your gun has no ammo. That's why you can't quick swap. And people like this. They're just like, oh, yeah, like that's accurate. No. No, these people, have they not watched the video? How I haven't quick swapped a single time in the whole thing? And then people just like, oh yeah, you're just bad. You're playing it wrong. You're just have the controls now. It's the most infuriating thing. I've debated unlisting this several times because like, I just get like so much. There we are. let me do a dramatic reading. No one uses Joy-Cons for fucking FPS games. Get a Pro controller or get a Split Pad Pro. And everyone says Split Pad Pro is the only for handheld. No, you can't get an attachment for it. Split Pad Pro become wired controller, and I'm going to bit your record. Not because I'm better player. No, just because I have better controller. And your Switch crashed because it is first generation of Switch on games like this. Doom the ARM CPU, NVIDIA Tegra X1 GPU need so much more power and most likely game crash. They changed CPU because needs so much power. The fuck? That's literally, like someone could copy and paste this in my chat right now and I'd assume it's a copy pasta. It is honestly, and they edited this. They thought that the first rendition was not good enough. It wasn't good enough, so So they made a correction. I don't know what correction they made. I don't know it. Apparently something about this was bad enough to be like, yeah, I need to fix that. But all this is kept in. Did they mean for everything else to be here? I don't know. I just don't.
Are there Switch exclusive bugs? Or will hardware causing the game to run at 14 frames per second bring in new ones? This is what—
That's Tears of the Kingdom frame rate. Ayo! I am actually very proud of the title of this. Speedrunning Doom Eternal on the Switch is a 100% nightmare. Because I did a 100% nightmare on this, and then I'm also commenting on how the Switch port's really bad, so yeah, it's a 100%. I'm proud of the title. The title, I think, is so simple, yet so witty. I like it. You know what happened there? I played a video file of me scrolling this, and if I hit play on it,
for the record,
wait.
This is a world first, currently on the speedrun.com.
So yeah, I have a video file playing here, and I forgot to mute the fucking track or delete the audio file that comes with it. I think I'm listening to a podcast while editing. So if you guys listen very quickly,
Leaderboards, nobody, and I mean nobody.
They're talking about Dragon Age for some reason. I don't know what the fuck podcast I was listening to, but they're talking about Dragon Age, and I just left that. Okay. That would not get past quality control today. I tell you what. I tell you that for sure. Just look at the movement.
Okay, we're in the toughest encounter of the game.
I have not played an FPS on controller in like 10 years, honestly. I've been such a PC person. The last like PlayStation game that I played that required aiming was like Last of Us. Other than that, I haven't touched like a freaking PC game ever. Or excuse me, a FPS game with controller.
Oh. It crashes on Switch!
Honestly, it was the most hype thing in the world. It was so freaking hype to see the game crash. I unironically loved it. Like, cause the game, like, we beat Doom Eternal's a game made with toothpicks and bubblegum, all that stuff. And it crashing just like reinforced that. I'm just like, oh, see it.
Holds. Tap.
That 0 ammo on the combat shotgun has caused my comment section to be so fucking unbearably crap. It has plagued. It was, yeah, there's 0 weapon. Maybe you can't quick swap. Who cares? Yeah, I adjusted the setting that makes it so that I can quick swap regardless. But like, also, can you believe this is 13 minutes in? I played this game on the Switch for 6 hours. You don't think once I would have done that, would have realized that quick swapping was possible when I just hit it, click it afterwards. Not one time in the rest of the 6 hours of gameplay did that happen. And everyone's just like, oh yeah, this is immediately discredited. I mean, sure, might have been wrong here, but it was definitely a true statement. May not have been the best example, but it was true. The only reason I picked this was because my commentary over it. It showed that I didn't need anything additional. But it didn't work throughout the whole playthrough. So upsetting that people just like, oh yeah, okay, he doesn't know what he's talking about at this point. Like, come on. There's a reason I'm drinking
increases
people.
graphical demand in this game is all.
There's a reason I'm drinking people. I'm gonna need it to get through this type of videos. Like, this video ain't that bad. I think it's a solid I. But like, everything after this point, it only gets demonstrably worse.
Already struggling.
I hate how I did this, like, right in the top left corner. I think this is a shit way to show, like, ideal wall dashes. Well, I should have just cut to the whole footage, kept this footage out of it, and just did it, and then showed us, like, a quote-unquote, like, did one and then the other. I didn't need to show any vaguely at the same time, but I thought this was a good idea.
Oh, let's go! Speedrun.
People say I'm insanely negative about the Switch, but I am. Like, the port's kind of shit. But, like, to say, like, I'm not impressed or that there's no positive things. But, like, I get excited when Speedrun tech still works on it. That's gotta be a positive message. I'm not overly negative. I do, at points, like, go like, dude, I really like that the skip still exists and is possible on it.
A couple times that happens. All that matters in a speedrun is that you're trying your best. Yeah, like, come on. Like, I would have cut that. I would have cut that down so much. But then again, I feel like the reason for keeping this in was like, hey, that I'm trying my best, but then like, I get to a section that I'm doing really bad. I can see a little bit like of the logic train. Yeah. All that matters in a speedrun is that you're trying your best. Oh my goodness, I applied the audio after to like be like words in my mind, you know, like where you have like your thoughts like in a movie or something. I did not play any editing, like any audio editing though, so it's definitely hard to get that impression. But hearing it, like, you know what, I see the idea. Like, it's kind of shit execution, but like the idea is not bad. Spite W. The fuck was that? Like, why? Why did I include this? For what reason? This was actually really funny. Look at the top. Look at the top health bar. This game is not cropped properly. It just isn't. Such a good port. And right here. Seriously though, how the fuck do you get away with this shit? Like, straight up, you just don't have the 2 ticks. You don't have the 2. You don't know what phase the guy is, and by looking at the, how is that allowed? How did that get through quality testing? You don't see ticks on this version for some reason. But because I disabled them? Yeah, okay, it just does. Yeah, like I literally check. I have people who comment that yeah, I had the setting disabled, but literally I show a scene about 18 minutes in that I check the settings to make sure it's enabled. And it isn't, and it is. People who leave that comment, like, they just didn't watch the video. Like, yeah, I get it if you dip out, but don't assert it as fact. Top tier Switch game. Excuse me. Warning everybody watching the stream. It is, I want to let you know that this is coming for some top tier Switch gameplay. If you, look at the screen right now, you will see that the Switch is definitely being good right now. This is top tier, the best you can do on the Switch, fun fact. Like, why the fuck did I do that? Why? Maybe switch the font to Comic Sans next time. Honestly, it would have improved it. Like, look at this cutscene. I don't know why, but that's hilarious. Why did they add bars? Why? For what purpose was that? Like, honestly, why was there a black bar above and a ground? And even if they applied black bars, why was the filter, the damage filter, still applied to it? And people make the argument that playing this game on the Switch is bearable. I don't get how. Like, there are so many small quality things that they just did not account for, because I don't think they gave a fuck. Honestly, I don't think they gave a fuck. They ported it for a paycheck. That's all they did. Don't get me wrong. The issue is, like, I get it. You need to make a profit. Like, you need to do that. That's fine. That's fine. It's cool. You're a company. You got to make money. I get that. That's something. But like, have some fucking pride in your work. Like, you know? Like, yeah, sure, make a dollar, but at least, like, care. At least, like, be proud of what you're doing. Like, what the hell? Why am I a ghost? He's gonna catch them all because he's Danny Phantom. Gonna catch them all because he's Danny Phantom. Hold on, last time... Wait, Carcass? Wait, they spawn in a... I don't like this edit. I'm gonna be real. I think this is definitely the shit way. What I would do now is I would cut in with some commentary, being like, hey, the second wave spawns in immediately on the Switch. And then I'd show a PC comparison. So that. And then, like, that's all I do. But, like, I was so opposed to, like, freaking providing some overhead commentary. Like, I don't get why I would do this, because this is more effort than just me recording for, like, half a second. Or excuse me, like 10 seconds doing this and then, like, cut and cut. Like, why am I trying to overlay it? Am I trying to make this more complicated than necessary? I don't get it. You missed the me from 2 minutes ago who had forgotten there's a trick named Hentai Skip. Hey, Easy Bay, just letting you know. You know who named Hentai Skip? This guy. I made the name for that skip.
It was originally called Art Complex Early, but what happened was that the guy who found the skip was such a dick he was banned from the community. And I was just like, hey, we don't care about the name this banned person made, right? Let's call it hentai, because there's tentacles there.
I can't do the slob because I can't quick swap, and I can't do the BFG strap because I can't quick swap. So, yeah, I guess I'm just fucked. We're just gonna deal with the Marauder and find some way.
Okay. Honestly, that cut's pretty good. That is
We're gonna
not
deal with the
bad.
Marauder and find some way.
I don't know why. I unironically think that is good timing. That is good comedic timing.
Please, I'm about to be a games journalist.
Woo!
Nope, still good.
Games journalism is such a joke. It honestly, okay. I think if they don't assert their opinion as fact, it's not bad. It's definitely very valuable. Be like, hey, I'm new to FPS games. I don't play them too often. Here's my view on something. I think that's valuable. It's insightful to know how a game compares to when somebody hasn't had much experience. That's cool. I'm totally fine with that. Don't assert it as that your perspective is is like objectively a fact. Like, it's just like, yeah, this game, like, you have to kill Marauder in 30 seconds. That's just literally undoable. Like, no, don't do that. Just say, hey, if you struggle with FPS games, beating a Marauder in 30 seconds is really difficult. I found it very hard. Like, you just have to frame it differently, and it's perfectly fine. Why do we have to frame it as in a person who isn't experienced in FPS games is the end-all, be-all of how a game is?
Please. I'm going to get this strat. I don't care how long it takes me, people.
Honestly, okay, I do respect instead of showing it. He literally, I'm referring to myself as a different person because fuck it, at this point I was a different person. I zoomed in on the timer, then unzoomed out to like get a you know, feel for how long it took, you know, to like see there.
I'm getting it. No matter how many babies I have to kill along the way.
Whoa, what?
I'm just saying, there's no babies in my path, but I'm just saying if there was, I'd rise to the occasion, you know?
Okay. Out of purely shock, out of all shock, that is I think decent shock humor. Okay, like previous a little funny, a bit uncouth. I might get canceled for that in the future, but like, I think it's a little funny.
Have you noticed that in the Fortress of Doom, there's a picture of Slayer and Daisy? Yeah.
You know what? I'm totally fine with this video. There's this like 12-year-olds like barely able to use the computer comes in here, gives us like the most fact, and we proceed to instantly like just parody him like for 5 minutes straight. It was a good part of the stream.
Did you notice that the Fortress of Doom was above Earth the whole time? Isn't that cool? Did you know that all the toys you collected in the game is available on the shelf in the Fortress of Doom? It's so cool, isn't it? Did you notice there's a robot in the Fortress of Doom? It's small and you may not have seen it. Oh no, I've seen the robot. That's Samuel Hayden. You get him after Art Complex, Minnie. How could you not know this? Did you know that Doom Eternal is a direct sequel to Doom 2016? Did you know? It's not a direct sequel. Doom Guy has an adventure before Doom Eternal takes place. Did you know? Did you know that you could see Daisy on the rabbit on some of the maps? Did you know that you could see a fish on some of the map? That's called a derp fish? Did you know that if you were in a car traveling 15 miles per hour, averaged over stoplights, right, that if you were to go down to the liquor store about approximately 2 miles away, that my dad should have been back 16.46 years ago? Did you know?
Okay. That. I forgot about that joke. Okay, say what you want about my editing. Some of the humor here is on point. Honestly, that is a good-ass... oh, I can see why this is somehow one of the most viewed, because there are some genuinely good stuff in here. It's just, it's buried under the shit pacing and some pretty bad cuts. But, like, you know, just roasting the fuck out of your view. Honestly, okay, first off, yes, that is my philosophy, because if someone comes in here and asks a stupid question, they're gonna get a stupid answer. I am not at all responsible for that person asking a stupid question. If they, like, there are people who come into the stream, ask me what I'm doing, and they, like, I literally, in the title, 100% Ultra Nightmare Speedruns. If you are asking what I'm doing when it's literally the first 3-4 words in the title, you deserve it, okay? You deserve it. I have no weight on my conscience.
Right at the end.
I have no
Right at the
weight.
end, people.
You deserve
How are you all
the
doing?
comment I'm about to
Just
say.
chatting, stream hi. Well,
For people who don't know, I skipped over this whole section where I literally got to Nintendo Switch Online. I got the free trial for online mode just to see if battle mode worked. Did I just say I didn't notice this in editing, but I noticed it now. The duh. That it's like aligns with like the music and opening. It's misaligned here. I just noticed that. That is seriously, this game was not quality controlled.
not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. I'd say
I say I don't even have a BRB. I don't even have like a end of video screen. I'm literally just showing message from me writing.
it. Not gonna. No.
People. Now we go on to probably, it's actually not too bad of a video. My Urdak video. Here, I'll let you play the intro, because the intro doesn't have much to comment on. I'm fucking parodying Summoning Salt here.
I would love to cover how each tech was discovered, how it affected each level. However,
So wish I would have just said that rather than put text on there. Like, that was a little, like, I kind of like showing the timeline being like, this video's long enough already. I can't do that.
after which the player has to make their way to the
Vivisection Edificator.
Thanks for that clusterfuck of a name game.
I remember when thinking the scripting process, saying the names is important because I need to know how they literally just look up words in a dictionary for that.
Liquid holding an eldritch horror is also free, as Precision Bolt is a common weapon used in the speedrun.
One thing I noticed is there is a lot of pop on my mic. I think this is because I was using the Blue Yeti at the time, and I didn't have like many noise gates or stuff set up. When I was talking in like the previous one, I'd literally be talking into the mic. So when you hear me breathe, it's like this, like, and it just pops. Like, what I'm saying is, like, I've come a little bit in terms of audio.
And after 5 phases of doing literally the exact same thing, the Con Maker was Gone Maker.
The Con Maker was Gone Maker. Oh, shut up. The writing. Okay. Pacing, all that stuff. I get the arguments. But to say that there is not witticism, that's a disservice. That's so
There
good.
was a lot. At the game's infancy, these were the 2 runners making vast improvements in the first few months. So shoutouts to them. Actually, no. Look at those views.
Seriously, look at these views. 2.7 million views. 1.1. What? These guys, they were just insanely popular. Like, honestly, like, OMG, like, come on.
So runners would fire a shot, do a 180-degree turn, and now have great forward speed. When they hit the ground, much like my sex life, friction would then ruin everything.
Ayo! Whoa! Oh! Joke of the year goes to... that was a sex joke, people. A sex joke.
Shot. 2 birds, 1 stone.
I must say, I remember the document I made for this video, where, like, I had every video of, like, subsequent world record progressions. Like, I went through the speedrun.com page. I verified that, like, everything was there. I went through all the runs. Basically, what I would do is I would watch each Urdak, like, in order, see what variants of strats there were. There was a lot of work, actually, that had to go pre-plan to plan one of these things. You ever wonder why Summoning Salt takes, like, 2 months to make his new videos? it's a lot to like put together the initial research and the main changes between each run. It is. Like, this video was like, literally, I'm not joking, the highest effort project I did in my life, period, at the point. The only thing that I'd say that required more effort was my thesis. The great thing about this is that I didn't have to talk to people because I knew a lot of it myself. I experienced it. I was a runner since like a month into the game. Sure, I was shit. Sure, I didn't know a lot about FPSs, but like I experienced a lot of it, so I knew a lot of it offhand. So I only had to like get the runs to get the specific details, but I knew where to look. Which, cough cough, somebody watch this video, please. It only has 2.4K. I don't know why. I don't know. I honestly expected this video to pop off a little bit more than it did, but like, yeah, I'm still proud with the product as a whole, so like I'm not too hung up about it. I will say, I do really like that Carl Jobs took an interest in Doom Eternal. Like, he had an early access build of the game. He got the game early so that he could speedrun test it, because like, I don't know, the devs liked his channel. And he made a few videos initially off that were super positive about Doom Eternal. Then he just kind of dropped off. I'm guessing it's because he's focusing on other things that like his YouTube, but it's just like, damn, there's like a lot of cool Ultra Nightmare stuff to talk about. I'd love to be more mainstream, but yeah, it's just hard because there's not much interest in it anymore. I mean, there's like from the casual, yeah, but there's no like mainstream like YouTuber like talking about Doom Eternal all the time or anything, because this game's kind of dead. Its last update was what, a year ago, a little less. So, like, you know, it's unfortunate, but, like, that's kind of why I'm here. Like, I'm being the change that I want to see in the world. Like, not a lot of people are talking about Doom Eternal, so I'm just like, oh, hey, there's this speed game with interest, and, like, not a lot of people talk about it. Why not I do that? That's basically why I make, like, the speedrun stuff like this. I also do challenge runs, because nobody does that either. It's, like, it comes from the same desire of just, like, I view, like, I said this before earlier in the stream, but there's, like, a gap in the market. I kind of want to fill that.
Basically, making it feel like casual play, but fast. So Zero
I still approve.
Master got to work implementing. Zero Master found that you can sit at the end of an encounter hallway, wait for the last demon to spawn, and then fire the BFG to clear the arena, saving the time of traversal it takes to get out of the arena. This time saved 3 seconds over using the BFG in the first secret encounter. Hey, take any time save you can.
Okay, this BFG, I remember I was the person who routed and timed and tested it. The Zero Master didn't interact with the speedrunning community. They just kind of did their own thing. They uploaded their runs, and then we had to scrounge to see like what they did was faster or whatnot. I was the person who fact-checked that Zero Master's strat was faster. So I know for sure, like 3 seconds faster. Like, that's almost nothing in a run this long. But still, like, you know, if it's faster, like, take it. I don't know why I put the text on the screen here. In general, I watch this movie critic. It's a critic called Mahler. Basically, he has this podcast where he reviews a lot of video essays, and they criticize a lot of them. And one of the main complaints that he says is that, why have text on the screen when you're saying it aloud? Do not trust the viewers. And honestly, more and more that's coming a bit true, because every time I see something like this, I'm just like, I'm talking about it. I could just have B-roll footage. B-roll footage in the background is way more interesting than text on the screen.
Combining the two texts of these together allowed you to be mobile. 100% runners at the time didn't like this. At least
I don't know if you can tell, but I can like physically hear my lips smacking with each word. It's getting a little cringy, but like, yeah.
Back to Break the Record Live. It finished up, and Zai reigned supreme as any percent NMG god.
That's Zai right there. I met Zai in person at a GDQ. Zai is... Oh. When I went to GDQ and I met Mute, Drake P-Hose, Zai, Bloodshot, Kovac, and many other cool dudes. Zai... You know how on a D&D alignment chart, like, you know, you have the chaotic spectrum to lawful, and then you have the good to evil? I'd play Zai in chaotic good. The dude is such a nice man. He's such a fellow, but he's also crazy. And don't worry, I mean that in a good way. I love him, honestly.
So much so that this was held up to vote in the speedrun community. And with a majority, it was voted to divide 100% into 2 separate subcategories, unrestricted and
You could casually see my vote. For people who don't know, I was the one who was for allowing despawns in the 100% category. I was all for it. Mainly just because, like, we had all combat encounters. If they wanted the all combat encounters category, they could run that. 100%, like, we're getting everything tracked. We don't need to require it. But, like, everyone else thought differently, you know?
restricted. Unrestricted was the no holds barred, do whatever you want as long as you aren't hacking the game and get 100%.
These things aren't evenly spaced and they aren't even aligned. Like,
And you're golden. When every demon is dead, or when certain demons are
Like,
dead.
look, it just slowly goes to the right. It's not at all aligned. I should have... dude, man. I had... The reason why this happened is because I had all these as separate text things. What I should have done is have them all as the same text thing, but then crop it, and then, like... Because I saw this issue in my Doom 2016 video, where, like, I'm able to get it exactly, but, like, I didn't like, think of doing that, so I just, like, added it as a new source, and then aligned it by eye. But aligning by eye is super unreliable.
After it was destroyed, a 10-second timer starts to tick down.
Instead of re-recording, what I literally did was I used a text-to-speech editor, and I just dubbed over the 15 with a 10. That was fucking lazy. Like, I've got to be real, I should have just re-recorded the line. I don't know why I did that, but I did.
There, at this point, was the implementation of a new strategy.
Implementation. I said implementation.
Called Daddy Skip.
Okay, yeah, that deserved that big of a sigh. I'm fine with that.
Daddy.
Not longer a thing we're talking about.
Not longer. No longer. Seriously, I have so many misspeaks here. This wouldn't happen normally. I would like re-record a lot of this nowadays, but like, yeah, like I said, I was lazy.
Ever. This is relatively high. However, Doom Eternal runs surprisingly well for a modern game, so it was picked to be this point.
Honestly, we picked the point to be too high. I say we should have kept the cap at 200. Doom 2016 caps at 200, so I felt like, hey, this is some good solidarity. You can hold hands with the previous game. We like both have a 200 frame rate cap. But no, we said 250. I don't know why.
So, what we do is we dip our toes in the Archvile arena, spawn in all the enemies. Then, when a timer counts down to spawn in the last wave, we yeet to the purple ring encounter. Do it as normal. Then, when we're about to BFG, we send that BFG towards the Archvile arena, effectively killing 2 encounters for free. 2 birds, 1 stone.
To be fair, that strat, when it came out, it blew everyone's fucking mind. Like, that was the strat that you saw in 100% that made you like, wow. What the... all that fucking thought. I don't think I mentioned them by name, but I think that was pioneered by James Plays a Moo. And I miss James. James was a runner back during quarantine. I was good friends with him. But, yeah, he's fell off because, like, I don't know. He got... how to put it? With his stream, like, he fell into, like, a major bit of insecurity and just stopped altogether.
I'll just let you watch this.
This was another strat. This is why James was fucking insane. James found this. James was a big Urdak grinder. Like, literally their Urdak was, like, the best Urdak for, like, so long. They grinded this level to the ground. And them implementing this was the most big brain, coolest, and swag trick I've ever seen. Like, and it saved, like, we didn't time this. We didn't time this for the longest time. We had no idea if it saved time, because basically James just kind of went and did it on instinct, and everyone else was just, you know, accept it. It's too cool. It's too many swag bucks to not do it, honestly. Which I get it.
I'm gonna be on. I don't remember them all, but thank you, everybody.
YouTuber admits that they're lazy and didn't want to credit anyone else or ask if any more contributed. To be fair, these like 5 people include like 90% of the strats, but like I should have like loaded the question to way more people, you know? I chose this specifically. I chose this song specifically because I knew Mute was a big Kirby thing. Mute speedran Kirby games before they picked up Eternal. So I'm like, you know what? If Mute's running this, I want to make it oddly appropriate. I'm going to pick a Kirby soundtrack. And also because this song has a lot of remixes. Mute was also grinding Urdak coincidentally during the whole making of this video.
With that car maker fight, 5
And he fucking invalidated this fucking editing and all the shit that I've been doing. Like so quickly. Like literally the day I posted this, he broke sub 7. Which was such like damn, should have made this like a little bit later.
This is the part where I get a conclusion.
This conclusion is so fucking clunky. It's one of the few things. Honestly, I feel like the story structure not too bad for this video. This conclusion,
Well,
it's stupid.
here, Titanfall 2 isn't even that good.
Yeah, suck it, Titanfall 2. That's right. I called you out.
Yeah. Oh, hey. One thing. I had to alleviate a lot of details from this video so that it wasn't just explaining
I sound like I literally just woke up when I said this. Like, my goodness, can I have a little bit of passion?
This is the longest video project I've ever worked on. I think it turned out well. I got to a spot where I'm somewhat happy with it.
Never mind. Okay, back to it. We are done with the Urdak video. Where do we move on to? Okay, we have a fun one, though. I single-handedly beat Doom Eternal. This video, it did so crap for the longest time, and then it like started shooting up a little bit in popularity, which I'm kind of glad of. This video, I think, is a little underrated. But let's get into it.
Okay, here, I'm gonna do the specific lineup, and you're gonna just see what happens.
Yes. Yes. Wow. Oh! It makes sense. You only need one hand to throw a punch.
Actually,
Yeah, I mean,
you
he
need...
single-handedly did it.
I will say, I don't think the editing's too great on this, but fucking Pi and Mute's commentary fucking kill it. Honestly, they made this run as good as they did.
Shut up. Cool.
Oh, he picked up the Soul Sphere, you know. It's alright. He doesn't use his left hand, so it's all right. This run is all right.
So good. You can't see it, people. Every single time one of these is happening, my face right there is dying off screen. It was honestly hard to do this run with how much laughter like they filled me with. That was a bad sneeze. My goodness.
Speaking of which, if you want my advice for a category you should never run, it's that. Mute, do you have any differing opinions? That's what I thought. See? Mute even agrees.
That's why we'll be seeing Mute run it later tonight.
Yay!
Yeah. That's called foreshadowing. See, well, it does well if you link these the runs together. Because people in the VOD, when they're watching this, they'll be like, oh, hey, there's another run that I caught on from watching this? Man, I should go check it out.
You have to hand it down from one run to the next run.
God. I was wondering, I keep wondering, why am I including stuff? Because it's like such a drawl on pacing when the joke already happened. And it's because the drawl after a joke is actually the setup for yet another joke. It just don't stop, honestly.
Can't see it, but I've gotten...
Oh, you didn't know?
Wait, that's tag 2.
Yeah.
But you...
I don't know why, but that whole interspersing for the edit just kind of fucked up. I still agree with the, like, there's question marks behind everything, and then, like, the screen slowly rotates as, like, you know, I just don't get everything, but it's just like, I don't know what the fuck happened initially. Like, what the hell happened there? I have no clue.
I'm running tag 1. Why are you wondering about the lore of tag 2 right now?
There's the same thing.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Maybe because I wanted to know where the arm came from.
Oh.
The end of that was also kind of scuffed, honestly. Like, I don't know how that got past editing, but it did.
Not a lot of.
And we have Bad Omen throw in $3, and he says, actually, I'm really surprised that Mutant Pie still haven't been banned from this event with all those bad jokes.
That one was a bit of a stretch, but I appreciate the effort.
Banned from this event.
One thing I want to know, most people might not notice this, but, you know, when I had the hand pun counter at the bottom, I changed it sometimes to reflect, like, things. Because, like, that's subversion. You set up a precedent, and you subvert it. And so, like, when there was a very bad pun, instead of saying had pun counter, it says, fuck you, it counts. Like, that's been done a lot throughout the round.
All those bad jokes.
Wait, this isn't Comedy Central?
Me too.
You just hear me screaming, like, you know what? That's a mood. I'm fine with it.
Me too.
Okay, those noises I make, they're kind of precious, honestly.
You know, I really gotta say, you know, with all of us here, with all our broken jokes, we do have an excellent cast.
Seriously, how the fuck do you do 47 puns out of that? Yeah, that whole run was out of hand. I agree.
Oh, go ahead.
I agree.
Oh, go ahead.
Before y'all go, I saved this one last donation from Anonymous specifically for now. It was $3, and it says, Rytro may have lost a hand, but the game has been defeated.
Wow. Defeated.
Dude, the chatters,
Really good one,
the
Dan.
chatters are just too.
You know,
they're
doing
too
this
good.
game one-handed is a bit weird. So check
is
them
what I'm
out
telling you.
too.
You're really far-reaching.
Oh Lord.
It doesn't stop
Even in
till the
shoutouts,
end.
it doesn't stop.
So we single-handedly beat. Now we gotta go straight to one of my glitch explained videos. This is one of my first like attempts at quote-unquote having an editing project, so these are pretty cool.
We get to the strats. Let's take a message from our sponsor, Thermodynamics. Don't worry if you're not too hot in thermodynamics. By the second law, you'll be cool with it in no time.
This was an excuse to make as many thermodynamics jokes as I could. So many in a row. A lot of these were taken actually from my thermodynamics textbook. Yeah. And honestly, they're great. I originally did this because I wanted to have like a running theme where when I say I was taking a sponsor, I would instead give a lesson in like education. But I dropped that after this. But I would like to continue it in some fashion. That'd be awesome.
Here are the basic strats.
Oh my goodness, a chemistry joke. I did not.
Hot swap. When you punch cancel it, first you scope in, fire a shot with left click, punch, hit the heavy cannon weapon key, and your cooldown is simply reset. Animation canceling is the...
I wish I would have explained this earlier. But basically you can think of punch swapping as you can think of your fist as another weapon. So when you punch swap, what you are actually doing is like dead swapping, where you have your heavy cannon out, you punch to your fist, which is quote unquote swapping to your fist. Then you hit the heavy cannon weapon key back so that you're swapping from your fist the heavy cannon. And that's what reduces the cooldown. That's under the hood how it works. Your fist is actually considered different. I should have phrased it like that, but I just didn't know that equivalency at the time. So yeah, we just have it there.
I kind of lied. You kind of don't need to set it up with a shot beforehand, but that's nuanced, and let's just move on.
I should have literally, instead of just saying that's just nuanced, so let's move on, I should have said something akin to like, and the buffer can be set up with other things more than just a rocket launcher, like blood punch, hammer, and yeah, that's basically all I needed to do, but like I made it more awkward.
All without swapping to the remote detonation mod, which is kind of bad.
Yeah, fuck under the mayo.
You can also mod swap cancel a lot of other things, like the sticky bombs, for example.
That transition was fucking shit, and it was so shit because I edited in after I got some feedback on this video, and I just forgot to fucking apply a transition, because I applied a transition because that was the end of the section. I should have just canceled the transition, but no, I kept it up. I don't know why. I should have kept it there.
On. So instead of waiting for the game to get its head out of its ass,
Engage microphone peeking.
Bloodshots, also known as demon bangs, are because Marauder can't block it.
I don't know why the common name we used for this was Demon Bang. Demon Bang sounds so fucking dirty. It sounds so dirty. That's why I always called them Bloodshots. Mainly just because Bloodshot, he's a runner of this game, is the one who basically popularized them. Like, Bloodshot gets the name of this all alone because he did the Dark Lord boss fight exclusively by using this mechanic by shooting zombies in front of the Dark Lord and killing him. That alone gives him the respect needed to have this strat named after him.
The plasma rifle is the only weapon to have.
Calling this strat officially is the appropriate thing. This diagram, this was so complicated. When I had this in feedback, my words weren't enough to describe it, so I literally made a diagram. I would have done this in Photoshop, but I did this in Microsoft PowerPoint. Yeah, I know. Weird. But yeah, basically it's just like, hey, this is normally swapping. It's like you have bring out animations, but like if you mod swap, it's the bring out animation of whatever weapon you had before rather than the weapon animation that you're going to. Footage from Sylar the whole time, and I just explained over it. I wish I would have gotten more, but this strat seems so complicated that I couldn't like do it. I was scared to like test it out myself. So it's like, yeah, I gotta rely on footage from other people. I should have credited Sylar like in the bottom or something during footage. I know I credit him in the description, but it's just like, it feels a little scummy to do that, honestly. Not the proudest of
Bugged
this.
us for forever. Me live or don't. I'm not your mother.
It's true. I am not your... Oh my goodness. Okay. But we're moving on to the next one. We gotta keep going quickly, or else I'll never get done. Okay, we're on to the time I tried branching out from my... This is a quote-unquote in a critique. I don't go as in-depth as I want to here, but I think I adequately explain things at a surface level.
It's the epitome of you can't experience this game by watching some gameplay or listening to some YouTuber describe it. Oh, fuck.
281 subscribers at the time. Make sure to smash that subscribe button.
Steel is as broken as a AAA game on launch. Missing her life.
Yo, this has never been more relevant. Gollum, Redfall. It is only became more relevant in time. These jokes fucking called it, yo.
Left hand.
Yes, I made a reference to Neon Genesis Evangelion there. Stealing a reload animation from there. And you know what? Honestly, I think that's low enough to provide enough context. Like, yeah, reloading a weapon takes more than one hand. And this gimmick is like she only has one hand. It's so well how like it makes sense with how she plays versus like what she has. Like it's so good. Was it called Ludo Narrative? I guess it's like narrative cohesion, I guess is the word I'd say. There's a lot of it in this game. It does it so well.
So yeah, out of ammo and don't see a gun, getting close to an enemy with a wall run, dive over their head, grab their sidearm, and shoot them in the head with their own gun. Then take their main weapon for use later.
Okay, like I say that, but like it is so satisfying to like when you seemingly have no option. You literally take the sidearm from their belt, shoot them, and then get their main weapon. Like, dude, like normally when you just have no weapon, you're just fucked. But like this game, it's like, no, there's an opportunity. There's a way out. If you're good enough, you can get in close. It's partially why I was inspired to make this video, because like this game, like it's, how to put it, it's awesome and cool factor. It is so hecking cool. It is so awesome.
Wall running lets you have free shots on those beneath you, but that means you're most likely further away from enemies, and now you have to aim.
You're also dependent on like the wall, so like if the enemy is away from the wall, you're just kind of fucked because it's too far away. That means you'll have to like be very creative or be very accurate. And if you're out of ammo, you're kind of fucked. You just got to get close to them. Wish I would have went a little bit more detail. Because, like, I think this review, I love it. It honestly is the first time I tried something new on the channel. But, like, there were some points I would want to insinuate and, like, have clarifications on. Because I think surface level, if you aren't skeptical, this review is awesome. But if you have any doubts or if you question what I'm saying, like, I feel like I don't back it up enough. And that's something I aim to rectify when I do stuff like this similar. Because I will do videos like this in the future. Hell, I already have, like, half a script pulled out for Ultra Kill that I plan to do something like that.
This interplay between combat, movement, level design tech, you adopt a dab on your foe's playstyle.
My goodness, instead of change the fucking line, just make a joke out of it by putting text on the... Yeah, classic.
And as soon as you kick it in.
Okay, the music kicking in. I brought this up, but like, come on, isn't it so awesome when music is judged to your movements? Like the glory kills in like Doom 2016 or Eternal, how the music swells when you go in for one. It's so great. It's like another emphasis on your gameplay decisions, on your impact. Okay, one more thing. Floating Door, the music producer of this, literally, and I like watch the video and like, this is okay. And also another thing, some of the developers also watch the video. If you look down, like all the, like there's a couple devs, there's the whole artist. They all comment here, and like this was the first time I like really fangirled over being a YouTuber, where I was just like, God damn, some of the devs like watch the video. That's so great. I love it. I'm just somebody shouting to the void about a game I really like, and you kind of see it because it's like 551 views, like not many people. So like me, I didn't make this for I you know, like there's always the hope when you make a video that it takes off or something, but it's just like when you're completely absent knowledge on a video, would you take the chance of watching it? Like if it's not from like quote unquote a reputable source, and I'm a source with no reputation. I'm trying to make something for my own at this point. So like, yeah, these types of videos, definitely something I should probably make in the future. Like, but like not now. Like I want to talk more about indie games that I fucking love with passion. But like only after I have a little bit of following who would basically see it upload for me and like, wait, I know all this previous content of them doing speedruns, of them talking about game mechanics and speedrun stuff, but I can trust them a little bit on what they think of this, and they like watch it. I had none of that at this point, and I still made it anyway. And I don't know, it's just like, it's so weird because you get games that are so bloated nowadays, like Elden Ring. It's 100 hours. You know how much you spend of that having fun? It's more like 20, and the other 80 are you walking around some open world shit, just holding forward and doing nothing. Like, come on. But then like any game that's short, it's sweet, and it's jam-packed till the end, it's like it gets nothing because it's short. Because being short is like a fucking crime nowadays.
Right. This wonky room with a teleporter on the ground floor that teleports you to the ceiling. This is amazing.
Okay, a small thing I did not mention, but I really love in this game. When you're diving, you can do a full front flip. Like, you could just extend your mouse, like freaking, like you're not constrained by the fact that you can't look more than down. You can definitely continue that. It's awesome for trick shots. And, like, it's exemplified by this freaking arena.
It's an editor. To be honest, I'm just a sucker for playing through the campaign again and again.
I took the time to explain the level editor by literally drawing a dick on screen. Yeah, people. Yeah, you know, yeah. That's my style.
And again. Looking for the reviews to see what they thought. The main complaint was difficult levels, and
I just want to pause and look at this, because, like, Double Action Boogaloo and Superhot had a baby. The art style that's the only complaint. The art style gets tiresome, and they rated a 7 out of 10. Like, okay, people, if the only complaint you have with the game is that the art style is like too consistent, it's too uniform, that is a fucking good game. Why are you rating this a 7? its story is 3 out of like. Come on, it was gameplay. Like obviously, like I think you greet a game when you review a game, when you do something, you meet the game on its own terms. Like obviously, the story was not good because they didn't dedicate much time to it. They didn't dedicate much time to it because the whole developer studio focused on gameplay. So like, yeah, its story was never meant to be something bigger because literally how much effort they did get to it. There's panels so that you basically know the general gist of what's going on. That's it. Like, come on. Like, you don't freaking dock it to a 7 out of 10 because they realized story wasn't the focus of the game. So that's just good design. They knew they didn't want to do story. That's why they made it such a backseat to gameplay.
Oh yeah, that's right. I gotta go back to playing Doom Eternal because I'm addicted.
Yeah, baby. Fucking addiction. Let's go. So yeah, that's the first time I tried to critique. I think I did a well enough job. I wish I would have got a little bit more detail in combat loop stuff, but like, honestly, I feel like that video was a good stepping stone for helping me with my critical mind a little. Fuck, okay, now we're gonna have to go to like one of my most shit videos. Shadow Warrior 3 Let's Play. Yeah.
Hey,
God, there's a disclaimer in this. Fucking, I hate disclaimers at the beginning of video. Let me have a drink. I'm gonna need it for this. What is the I must have only used the stream VOD here because the quality fucking takes a tank. To be fair, this game is very colorly diverse in the fact that it is hell on any encoder working on it.
he got lost his and how Wang got their mojo.
The Emperor. Okay, I didn't realize I did this joke. The Emperor's New Groove, and I just put the word mojo. Okay, that's actually funny. Like that. Okay, a little bit of shit with how the text was just layered over, but I very much like the vibe of that joke. That is for sure. Casual guy in chat saying the Shadow Warrior 3 is horrible as I'm doing my first playthrough. If you ever do this in a stream where like someone's doing their first playthrough and you go in and you say, this game sucks, it's shit, it's horrible, like straight up, fuck you. Like, don't do it. Like, come on.
Fuck you. Oh no, that's just a...
I remember specifically when I made this, I'm just like, that feels like a fucking rave show. I'm gonna put some EDM music in here. I don't think it fit too well. It comes out of nowhere. I feel like it's kind of just like whiplash and not in the good way. So like, I wish I would have handled this a little bit differently. But then again, also, I shouldn't have made this video, so. Oh, this is... Okay, first off, that little like thing on the top, that's a little bit cringe that I'm pointing this out. But like, honestly, this encounter is one of the things where it's just like, I realize how much of a flow state you can enter with just the general combat loop. It is honestly amazing, honestly. Oh, this game on like a first playthrough.
Come on, people. You gotta do what all the good YouTubers do, and you tell people to like, comment, subscribe only when you can make a good joke out of it.
That's just so, it's just so deadpan because it's like we're talking about his stream. It's just like, yeah, you only make a joke when you can make a good thing out of it. And then it just cuts to like such a low effort black panel and subscribe. Like, oh, come on, that's a good one. I'll defend that. I think that's a fine joke.
Did you know? I did not, Mayo. I hate to admit this, but I only watch good YouTubers.
Maybe my motivations weren't always pure.
Yeah, that's right. Under the Mayo, a person with 100k subs, comes in my chat, and you know what I do? I make the fuck fun of him. That's right. I don't suck up to anyone here. Someone says, oh, have you seen my daily right? I'm just like, no, I only watch good YouTubers. This is why I haven't grown, people, because every time like somebody tries to build a bridge, I knock it the fuck down because I think it's funny.
Extract all my power and put it back into the mask, turning it into a thaumaturgic
Wait, did I just
It'll kill antagonist. I think I honestly just I put some. What the? How does that mistake even happen? I have no idea how that mistakes happen because I meant to say antagonist, but now there's L and K. I guess maybe like I'm splicing and like I'm using hotkeys and like all that stuff, and like I had this select without knowing it, so I was typing rather than using the hotkeys. How the fuck did I not pick this up during quality edits? I guess I just didn't quality edit control as much as I did in the past, you know, like as much as I do now. I don't get how like this slipped by, honestly. Dragon, more like Dragon D's nuts across her face. Got him. Oh my goodness, I made the joke, people. I made the fucking joke. Damn. So like, that video, I don't know how exactly I feel about it, honestly. Because like, I feel like overall, like, it's not too low, but like, there's some good commentary. There's some good, and like, frick. Hell, if RT Game could like, play through a game in like 12 hours, make like an hour-long video out of it. It feels weird that like I get a 5-hour playthrough and I can only do 30, you know? Like I feel like there should be more like unique moments to contrast upon. I feel like maybe my clip selection just wasn't that good. All right, back to many glitches of speedrunning. I should mention, I use this model a lot. I actually won this model on an art raffle. I don't know if you know, there is this artist on Twitter called Suga. I follow her. She had an art raffle where like you randomly retweet one of her posts and she's just like, yeah, I'll give you a free model. I don't know. It's like, it feels kind of dirty that like it's free. I didn't pay for it, but at the same time, like I won it through chance. So like, I think it's kind of okay. And like, as a channel mascot, it's not too bad, honestly. I don't have a more defining channel mascot, so I kind of just use this cartoon rendition of my face, but you know. Hello there. Doom Eternal is a broken game. Damn right it is. Fish. This video plans to answer all that. Honestly, okay, me saying like, what the fuck is Special Fish was my way of getting like people interested. Like, hey, what does this video have to offer? There's this trick called Special Fish. Don't you want to know what that's about? And that's kind of what I use to like, be like, hey, I look forward to this, you know? This is like my first heavily edited project. So like there'll be a lot of shit in here. A lot of shit that I don't like. A lot of shit that's like bad. But like, it's like my first heavily edited stuff. So like there's a little bit to be proud of, but like there's also a lot wrong with it. Before we get to that, I just want to point out, this is what my room looks like from my webcam. Like if I didn't have the green screen up, this is what you would see. Now, I want to point out specifically, back when I used to video edit back in the day, it was kind of a grueling process. So what I would do was I hate to break it to you people, but a lot of how I govern my script writing process, a lot of how I do my voiceovers, a lot of that stuff, like I have a drink in hand and I just fucking send it while a little bit buzzed. That's just kind of how it works. A lot of my design oversights, like from the previous videos, probably was because I was a little drunk. That's just what it is. This can be combined with hitting a slope surface to transfer all of this speed into height, and is actually one of the best ways to skip all of a level in a lot of cases. Would be absolutely broken if we didn't keep it in check by our definition of out of bounds. More on that later. There is a big meme in Neckervold 2, where after you go into arena, a cutscene starts where Samuel Hayden starts to explain like what the point of this facility that you're traversing to is. And it's just Samuel Hayden saying this facility, and then he goes on a tirade. But in the speedrun, because we skip the cutscene immediately, the only word that gets through is this. So I was just like, yeah, why not? Like, let's make this a little bit of a joke. Let's put that line in there, because just Samuel Hayden saying this. That was the whole thought behind that joke. That's how complicated it is. Pause boosting is done with the ballista, and we aren't entirely certain how it works, but it works. In order to hold on, very quickly. I have a theory for why this glitch works. So basically, firing the ballista is a state over multiple frames.
And basically, the game has a failsafe where if you're in that state of firing, but you haven't, it will fire a shot for you. So when you enter the menu during the firing state, what happens is that the game thinks like, oh shit, you haven't fired something. So when you swap mods and enter back into it, it fires. That's true. Okay, this might be besides the point, but what we want is 100% UN to not be a shit category. Can we have that happen? Answer is no. We haven't found a way to make that viable in several years. But you know what? We want it. We definitely want it to be a good category.
Situations like this, like getting demons into a corner, or chainsawing when attaching to a
Chainsawing. What the fuck? Why didn't previous Retro re-record that shit? I literally mispronounced a word so badly that I'm making fun of it now, and like... Chainsawing. Like, this is what fucking, like, haunts me in my dreams, is me making these mistakes and not correcting them. I don't know why I didn't do it. Don't know why.
All right, we're about to get into the big boys.
The big boys. The big boys.
Special fish is a
Special fish, yo! We're back from the beginning of the video. We're gonna tell you how it works. Just kidding, we don't.
glitch state where the game considers you to be between states of motion, the mantling and the swimming state.
That is the most explanation you get. The rest of it is just about application.
This requires a precise setup to where you dash at a manageable surface while underwater, and you're in the special fish state.
Yeah. The explanation is you dash at a manageable surface in water, and you're in the special fish state. I basically just say, like, hey, with some setup, you're able to do this. That's the fucking equivalent. No additional information was given. I don't know how this fucking passed my scripting process. Like, I at least, like the first little bit, like, hey, like, this basically is a glitch state where you're constantly mantling while swimming. I should have just kept it fucking there, but instead I continued with something that literally means, like, almost nothing. Holy fucking fish, this is a fish. I want to say this is where there's a bit of a meme in the Doom Eternal community, at least in the Discord, where whenever something happened, we would say, holy fucking blank, this is a blank. I want to say it's because specifically of Mute's comment here. This is what kind of pioneered it. Mute just being fucking home, you know? Okay.
Fun fact, if you reduce...
My goodness, like, look at me. Look at this shit. Like, this is such the weirdest freaking asterisk. Like, I get it. Like, this used to be disallowed, but it's now allowed because we got our rules revamped. But, like, I wish there was a way to better communicate this. Like, I could have just said something like, hey, these next few tricks are not allowed, were not allowed in the past, but they are allowed now because they weren't proven to be effective in any capacity in a speedrun.
This is disallowed because flying through the sky, yeah, totally game-breaking as a glitch.
Funny story about this glitch. The main reason we added to the leaderboards at one point, this is when I just became an SRC mod. This is just when, like, literally I got reached out to by Dara being like, hey, are you interested in modding? Notice you're active in the Discord. You always post a lot of runs. Would you like to mod? Like, yeah, sure. Like, within the first month, there was somebody submitting to the Cultist Base IL leaderboards with this glitch, being like, yeah, this is a new glitch that no anybody has talked about. So, like, I use this and, like, yeah, it's safe. But, like, this glitch basically turned a 12-minute speedrun into, like, 4 minutes because, like, literally they're on a glitch climb state that are just clipping through everything. We had the mods had to step in and be like, yeah, this glitch is so abusable that it's not allowed. This is the reason why we have a clause in the leaderboards right now, basically being like, if there is a quote-unquote game-breaking glitch that hasn't been disclosed to the wider community that's used in a run, we have the right to reject that based on the spirit. This is, like, the inciting incident of why we have that.
All right, this is actually a fun one. In Doom Hunter Base, if you dash into this crusher as he crushes you, you gain massive speed, about 4 times regular.
Okay, one thing I think that got lost in editing somehow while I was doing this, I forgot to fucking show the crushers crushing you to cause the speed increase. That is such like a fundamental flaw. That is such a like that's an integral part to the trick, and I just didn't include it. I don't know how the fuck that happened. I think what happens. Here's my brain theory from like 2 years ago, is I showed it at one point, but the footage got overwritten by something because like I moved the footage around, I overloaded it with another clip or something.
If you've seen a speedrun of Doom 2016, you've probably heard of this, rail boosting. When Doom Guy jumps on a rail, physics screws up for whatever reason, and you go flying. This has to deal with the interaction of Doom.
That's such a shit explanation of rail boosting, honestly. Luckily in my Doom 2016 video, I actually do it justice in explaining like the exact mechanics of it. But here, like, it's basic enough to where you just basically generally know the gist of it. And like, I guess like that's fine. Like,
this interaction causes a sudden burst of downward momentum, causing the player to bounce off geometry and seemingly teleport with high velocity. Most things require a precise lineup for use of it, and the trick isn't used much due to the next trick on this list.
Okay, video spoiler idea, people. Basically, that line aged fucking horribly. The main part about that line is that it's not useful much thanks to another trick. Zips became way much more useful in any percent unrestricted in base game Doom Eternal after this. There was a revolution, practically gunned by the real Paisano. I as much as I like the sucker dick, you know, I'll suck it a little bit more. She basically pioneered a bunch of zip strategies to make the category go way lower than we thought. The world record was like just above 18 minutes. Her sum of best is like 16 minutes. And the world record is just barely below a sub 17. A whole minute shaved off because of all these zips they implement.
Normally, your double jump would replace the vertical velocity of your single jump. However, single jumps stack vertical speed.
All right. Gonna admit, there's a little bit of mistake here. When I say single jump stack vertical speed, what I mean is ramp jumps stack vertical speed, which in this red area, that's whenever ramp jumps stack vertical speed. But saying that single jumps just universally do it is actually wildly inaccurate.
Big shoutouts to Bryo, Sylar, Bloodshot, Bowser, and all the other strat finders in the community, as well as Drake Foes for making a handy document.
Okay. When I was taking footage from Paisano, he told me literally just be like, yeah, credit the footage to the totally real, not totally fake Paisano. Like this fucking like essay of a word. I was like, fuck it, I'll do it. So literally I did it, and the name goes off the screen. Yeah, that's right. That's the double-edged sword there, bitch. Okay. We're nearly done. We're nearly done, people. I'm almost good. I just have like... Oh, wait. I have... So there's the tutorial. That's not edited. Doesn't count. We ruined a charity race with our excellent commentary. People, okay, I'm going to be real before I get into this. This video is underrated. Mute and I fucking kill it. I think, honestly, the thing that holds this video back is the thumbnail. I have been tossing around several ideas for the thumbnail in my head, and I've changed it at many occasions. People, a little bit behind the scenes. After we had this race, I remember I was talking with Mute and D, and they said that his sister was watching the race, and they told me specifically about how she thought our commentary was so hilarious and that it really elevated it. And I remember having the biggest like heart swing. Like that was so endearing, just being like, yeah, our little ridiculous banter, our fucking atrocities to where we talk about Super Mario 64 in the middle of a fucking Doom Eternal race was like stuff that made it better. Like it was, I can't really describe like the feeling of somebody just saying this, like, yeah, your commentary, like, it elevated. Like, and that wasn't just, like, from a friend. Like, I heard it through a friend, sure. But it was just like, no, it came from an outside perspective. It really meant more than what, it felt more than just literally what the words meant, you know? Like, that's the cool thing about it.
Yeah, well, they're turning this race 360 degrees around because they are right where they need to be. Meanwhile,
You turn this race 360 degrees around. Okay, shut up. That I feel like that goes over a lot of people's head. That is a good line. Shut up.
while we have Umbra.
Okay, a little bit of backstory to where I'm commentating this race. Basically, what happened was they had a other commentator who couldn't make it to the event, and Mute suggested offhand that, like, hey, Rytro can do it. They have a run earlier the day. Maybe they're available otherwise. So, like, Mute reached out to me, be like, hey, do you want to commentate this race? I'm like, fuck yeah, I do. And, like, I had a lot of hecking fun. Like, I don't know, people. Like, I'm like primarily like an introverted person. Like, I'm very much keep to myself. I very much prefer to do stuff on my own. But when it's like comes to events and it comes to like occasions, I very much love it when I'm a part of it. Just like commentating in the background, doing stuff, all that shit. I don't know why, but a little bit of like the event and the fact that it's like a thing that's going on, like, feeds me a little bit of energy. I don't know what it is. Like, when I was in college, when I was in high school, like, all these PowerPoint presentations I had to give where I would, like, speak in front of the whole class, I wasn't scared. I was invigorated. That's very much how I feel like these types of events, where it's like I'm putting on a show for people. I'm, like, presenting myself in front of, like, 20, 30, 100, I guess, in case of these events type of thing. So, like, the perception of people watching me gives me such an energy that, like, I want to perform. I want to make sure that what I'm saying is interesting. I want to eat off whatever the audience is giving me. And that's really why I like these things.
We have these nifty little Slayer icons that are colored so that you can tell the difference.
Well, yeah, as well, some people, can't really see colors, so I'm just reminding them.
Oh, come on. We all have cognitive biases, Mute.
Yo, that's a racial political joke in this video. Wow, it's so wacky. So, like, recently for, like, the Modern Doom Speedrunning Marathon, we had a trailer. Like, the Modern Doom Speedrunning Marathon, summer 23. Like, Mute and I, we voice acted it a little bit. Like, yeah, my mic settings were a little weird, but, like, other than that, like, it was a great trailer. During the recording session, Mute and I, we met up, we talked about it so that it would feel more natural when we gave our lines. And during that, Mute said, and I quote, was like, hey, I really like your recent videos. You're gonna grow big by doing that type of stuff. And, like, that type of stuff, like, hit my heart in a place that I felt like honestly, I didn't let it on at the time. Like, I'm very good at covering up my emotions. But, like, that single comment from Mute, like, it made me feel like what I was doing was actually good, and, like, I had quality behind my content, all that stuff. Because I don't know if people know this, but Mute does editing for Zai, or they did in the past. I mean, Zai is kind of a dead channel, but that's like another conversation. And, like, they have great, like, thumbnail art and all that jazz. And, like, hearing those comments from, like, somebody who I respected in terms of editing, in terms of art, in terms of all that jazz, like, it gave me such an internal emotion that I can't quite describe, and, like, it touched me in a place that I don't know, because, like, it means something when, like, when a friend, like, I know, says, like, hey, I really liked your recent video, all that jazz, when we're talking, like, DMs or something. But, like, somebody who has, like, knowledge in editing, who done a few stuff, who has like been paid for editing, for working for others and all that jazz, like, complimenting you feels different when it comes from, like, quote unquote an industry expert.
locations will cause you to be able to.
I thought it was just the Cybermech who caused that. I didn't
No,
realize
it's
it was
all-
specific to damage over time.
Yeah, it's the damage over time.
Wait, damage over time? Abbreviated to dot?
Dot.
Like from twitch.tv.
Fucking subscribe to twitch.tv/umberpenumbra_. There was a big meme back in the day, for people who don't know, in like 2020, where every Doom streamer would fucking promote Umbra Penumbra. He was just such a cool dude. He was chill. And I think it started as James. For people, James plays a Moo. He was a 100% UN runner. Umbra always hung around in his chat, and whenever James brought up that like he streams, he would be like, "No, don't you dare!" And it transferred to literally every Doom community. Bite Me said it, Devo said it, I said it, everyone under the fucking sun said it. So like, this was such a Doom Eternal community meme that we just all went full hog into it.
I guess we were too busy being funny.
Being funny? No, we're talking about, we've only said dreadfully hurtful opinions, actually, and we're lucky if Slayers for Charity ever accepts us to come back on. And twitch.tv/umberpenumbra_. We've been your commentators. We shall catch you all another time.
Yeah, I kind of ended that video a little bit early, but like, that's kind of how it went, you know? We just like, it was originally going to be 3 like master levels. It was only 2 because like I kind of just had, we just suddenly like had to give an exit for like no reason. And it's just like, because like, yeah, 2 of the levels ended up taking the whole slot time they had. We're almost done, people. Almost done. There's one more edited video here. And that is Irina. Irina edited a video about my MDSR highlights from 2020. And that's all that's left to obtain. So, I'm not going to take credit for any of this. This is all thanks to Ironic Irina. Follow her YouTube, follow her Twitch, all that jazz. She doesn't stream. You definitely check out her channel.
I didn't get that in practice a single time.
Want to point out, you spelled practice wrong there. Fucking unwatchable.
So if you too need to say more OWO on stream, make sure to get your donations in.
Please, I could use some woo. Can we all use a little more woo in our life?
That is a fucking phrase I want to live and die by. Please, if you put any phrase on my tombstone, it's, I want a little more woo in my life. Couldn't we all use a little more woo in our life?
Yep. I headshot all of those dudes? Let's go!
What? Yep.
Are you kidding me?
Ooh, that hurts.
It hurt my pride more than anything, really.
Honestly, yeah. I really like Irina's editing. The fact of, like, I feel like a lot of her editing style is just the, like, wacky and fun moments. Like, you don't need to understand really anything about this game, like, to watch it. What you need to know is, like, I'm speedrunning, I'm doing something, and, like, I have wacky things that happen along the way. That's all. That's it. I feel like the vibe of this video is very much matching that.
$7,700 before Icon of Sin. Rytro will have to do the God Hook.
Yes. I will attempt it.
All right.
I'll give it a solid few tries. Okay,
After
Mute,
you
how do
get
I
the
do this
buns,
trick?
go back.
Guide me on it. You have to guide me on
Okay,
it.
Have an
okay,
enemy
doing
stand.
this trick was like, honestly, this was like literally, like, I saw Mute do this in a couple runs. That's about it.
Oh, good. Nice. Yo! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo! He's done it! Yes!
That was in bounds. What the hell?
Oh,
Wait,
let's go!
actually.
Oh, let's go!
I hate this crash.
No way!
That crash is stupid.
No!
The longer the Icon of Sin is on Earth, the stronger he'll become. He's been on Earth for so long that he'll crash the game if he thinks that you're killing him.
It's too strong. Too strong.
This is some Doki Doki Literature Club stuff.
Okay. We went to some H bomber guy type stuff, but like Doki Doki Literature Club, crashing your game if you're on good pace. That's exactly what happened there. Thank you all for stopping by. I appreciate you. I'll cover my bad stuff another stream. We'll do that sometime, okay? Promise that. But yeah. Oh God, why are you still here? Seriously, touch some grass or something. Don't subscribe.